Saturday morning from 8 until 10. They break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Total by Verizon is wireless that goes all in for you. That means unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon, priced by us at $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan. And as always, no contracts. Sounds pretty hard to beat, but all in is all in. So we added international calling to fill the year with more "Hey girl," because it can't be total unless it's all in. Find a store and exclusive deals at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate with auto pay discount beginning the month after you enroll plus taxes and fees. Additional restrictions apply. See website for data management practices and full terms.
Attention business owners, do you need zero money down financing on new or used equipment? Meet Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, your gateway to equipment financing that breaks the mold. JR Capital offers zero money down financing options on both new and used equipment, vehicles, heavy machinery, and more. It's a game changer, giving you the power to enhance your operations without slowing you down or denting your cash flow. Need a boost in working capital or a flexible line of credit? Dylan can help your business get the cash flow it needs fast. The process is a breeze, too, with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen, 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix, 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And so, Ralph, you got your new show.
I do.
Saturdays at 10 a.m.
Yep.
And so how'd it go?
I thought it went really well.
Did you pee a little, or did you get through it okay?
The question is,
Well, I know you're nervous. It's your first show.
no,
and
it wasn't.
a lot of times.
It was more of getting there on time because I just gotten off a plane and I had to wait for my luggage and I had to shoot down to the studio. So.
Hey, look who sounds like the 49ers making excuses. Huh.
No, but I thought it was really good. I mean, I thought it went well. I'd be curious to see if anyone listened to what they thought.
I listened to the whole thing.
I'd like to hear feedback.
From me?
Yeah, even from you. I mean,
Are you sure?
even from you.
Well,
mean,
I shared with you the one piece of feedback I had was wondering if your co-host got paid by the word.
And he does.
Yeah, and but outside of that, no, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I did. It ain't like this show, but it's it's interesting.
It's different.
You're talking
It's a
to
show.
people, and you guys did some stuff about Pro Bowl, which you know how much I hate the Pro Bowl. So
Right.
no, all the way around, I'd say, especially for your first effort, your very, very first show, it was a good job.
Did you appreciate the cheese rolling contest? Did you look that up?
Yes, I did actually. I saw the video, and
Isn't that hilarious?
oh my God, this girl just face plants during a cheese rolling contest so hard towards the bottom of the hill, her body flops and continues for the win.
Is that the one in the United Kingdom where they
Yes.
they roll a round of cheese down the hill and you have to run after it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she face planted it just about
it's epic.
3/4 of the way down,
Yeah.
and her body just does flips until she wins.
That's just epic.
And
right
she
there.
won
was-
unconscious when she
Yeah.
won.
Out cold.
It was awesome.
But the nice thing is her teeth still looked very British. It was okay. Didn't matter what happened.
Can't really correct that, can you?
No.
And this week at the show this week, we're actually tomorrow we have an interview with the head of Niners Empire West. Is a huge 49ers fan club, and so this is the Desert West one. They have.
Why would you do that? You hate
Well,
49er fans. You have a shirt that has
and we talk
bad
about
words
that.
about it.
We talk about that. We actually mentioned Keon a little bit, how he's been treated. So I did bring that up.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How did I come up with
Well, because you talk about how the Niner fans just don't treat you well, and I brought it up.
Oh,
so-
They don't
that's
treat
fair.
anybody well. It's not just Keon.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm just speaking from my experience that when I moved out here, my thought process was I've heard all of these things about Raider fans. Those would be the fans that wouldn't be as nice. And for some strange reason, Raider fans have been nicer to me than Niner
Oh, yeah.
fans have
Oh,
been.
yeah.
And that's,
Yeah, Raider fans will be nice to you until you play them, and
well,
it's all
see,
bets are
well,
off.
yeah,
So-
I'm still not set.
we talk about Raider fans too, and you'll kind of hear about that. But I didn't realize how big they have. Over 200 chapters, which is crazy. They even have one or two in Africa, or one in Africa. I mean, just it's unbelievable. But
because
these
they don't
guys,
want to live in San Francisco.
and they've had up to 1,000 people come
Any
and watch a
place is better.
game over here. It's just nuts. It's really good. It's a good listen. You're definitely going to want to tune in and listen to it.
So
And I got to put 'em in
you're
front-
one of two Seahawk fans here, and it's just depressing, right? So
No, I mean the nice thing was I got him to take a picture in front of my Seahawk helmet and stuff, and over the picture of Richard Sherman knocking down Kaepernick's pass to lose the NFC Championship game. And so I posted that for his club to see, and I wanted to show them the smile on his face while he had that. So all
little
the good stuff.
deception happened. I don't think
You
he
know
was
how I am.
aware
Mhm.
that all of those things were near him.
And,
it was-
but see,
it was
now
fun.
he knows where your house is.
Yeah,
and,
it's okay. I've got-
you're
I've got
gonna
guns.
get- if
That's
not
true.
by him, you're getting firebombed by somebody.
Well, it always
Yeah,
happens.
well-
It happens all the time.
You're getting firebombed.
Yeah, it just
Well,
always happens.
It's just
says
a
a lot
Wednesday
about
at
you.
Ralph's.
But the show was a lot of fun, and we're gonna have fun again tomorrow. So
All right, so
I would
that's
love to hear feedback. Other
the
than you.
Weekend Warriors with Ralph and Neil, 10 a.m. every Saturday morning here on 1580. The Fanatic.
I just want you to know, Ralph. Anytime you need some NASCAR insight, just give me a holler. Just give me a ring. You've got my number. I mean, I think you still have my number. Just give me a ring. I'll be happy to come on your show. And I won't do it for a fee. I will. This one is on me, pal. On me.
Well, if it's free, you're getting ringed.
If you call me, I'm charging you immediately.
I know you'll charge
Yeah,
me
well,
double
Jeffrey
rate.
charged. Yeah, but
Yeah. I
the
get
first
paid
one's
for
always
everything.
free. Always free.
Not with me. The first one's actually twice the price.
Wow.
To try to stop you from doing it again, really.
Wow.
It's intentionally bad business.
Yeah.
It's-
I just don't want to be bothered. Anyway, so today, by the way, yes, is going to be our Super Bowl show. And Al, listen, I get it. You guys have been hit left and right, up and down, forwards and backwards with Super Bowl stuff. We're not gonna go crazy with it. We're gonna do this daily blender style. So don't worry about hearing the same old garbage you've heard over and over again. Of course, we do need to make our picks because the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest ends with this pick for this season, and we'll find out, will it be Choro or Germ is Good that gets the $1,580? Will it be Fighting Wampa or Germ is Good who gets the second place prize of $500? So we just don't know yet. We just don't know.
Pretty sure this is where I make my comeback. Right here on this weekend. This is where I make my comeback.
We're pulling for you, Randy. Hang in
Thanks.
there. Yeah,
Thank you.
pick well. Pick well.
Thank you.
Anyway, so we'll do that later on in the program. By the way, today, and maybe it shouldn't have been today. Maybe it should have been Sunday. Today is Happy National Pizza Day. That's right, National Pizza Day. Shouldn't that just be
I had-
Super Bowl Sunday where all
I had pizza last night.
crap tons of pizza gets ordered? I don't know, man.
Mm.
My wife, she doesn't care for pizza. She likes pizza, but
What?
then sometimes it doesn't sit well with her.
Oh,
So we don't get pizza around here very often.
all right.
Really? I
Okay.
love
Yeah, I got to meet with you guys at the station to get any pizza
All right.
or
All right.
chorizo.
Mm.
Anyway, so Domino's alone expects to sell about 2 million pizzas for the Super Bowl this year. That is 30% more than a normal Sunday.
Wow.
They say the most popular topping, of course, pepperoni. Of course, wings are going to be popular Super Bowl option this year. Buffalo Wild Wings says they'll sell around 11 million wings. And by the way, I don't think I'm ordering anything. I think we're just gonna make some nachos, and I told my wife I want some shrimp, so we'll see what happens there.
Seems a little low for wings. 11 million. I mean,
That's
it
just
really
Buffalo
does.
Wild Wings. That's only them. That's not
it
all
seems-
the wings on the planet.
Seems a little low to me for
I
some
mean,
reason.
I have to ask, how do you make your nachos? I'm just curious how a white guy makes nachos.
How a white guy makes nachos.
Yeah,
Keep in mind, my wife is of Spanish descent,
I know,
so
But that's not. Still, go ahead, tell me.
I don't get off the couch. I don't usually see it. Just gets brought to me on a plate. I think she gets a baking sheet, and she puts some tinfoil there. And then she spreads the nachos around, and then she puts cheese and a few things. But it's really not about how you make the nachos; those get baked in the oven. But it's about the stuff you dip it into, the other stuff that goes around it. We have this special nacho serving tray thing. So I don't know how does your wife make them?
You're just so white. We'll typically,
Can you see me here on the YouTube?
You're blending in with that jersey behind you, but
That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
can
saying.
see-
You know,
you're
you're
pretty white.
not. You think it's an insult? It's just like we all know I'm
No,
translucent.
it's not an insult. It's just reality. I mean,
We
so
all
my-
know that it probably looks like if I poked myself here, mayonnaise would come out. You don't need to belabor the point. So tell me how your ethnic household makes nachos, Ralph.
that was good. So my wife would typically make the chips, so she'll deep fry the chips, make them nice and fresh,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we'll use.
That's just showing off making your own chips.
Well, but they're good.
Yeah.
There's no better way to do it. And then she'll typically make 2 or 3 different kinds of salsas, a green one, a red one,
Making your own salsas.
a
also.
roasted one, and then she'll make a sweet one.
I
So
can
then
just
we'll have 2
buy the
salsas.
restaurant chips, and I can just
Yeah,
buy the
so
salsa.
we'll have fresh salsa that we make fresh. And then we'll make some fresh guacamole as well, because you got to do that fresh.
My wife does make guacamole.
Okay, yeah, well, that's good. And then we'll buy some sour cream. And then she'll typically.
My wife makes sour cream.
Will offer.
Okay, that's not true.
She'll
No, I didn't. I
typically
just made
offer
that
either
up.
like a cheddar cheese, or she'll do a real nacho cheese, and
Mhm.
then she can do either a shredded chicken that she'll make, or she'll make some kind of a meat to put in it. It's
Do
very
you
good.
get any beans in there, or any black
If
beans?
we want,
any
if we
refried
want them, she'll
beans?
cook. Yeah, if we want them, she'll cook beans.
Now, does she make up the authentic Spanish beans, the Mexican beans, or is she just going to open a can on those?
No. She takes pinto beans and she does this whole thing that she
Mashing.
from her-
I'm the king pinto bean masher at the house here when we do
I
this.
can see that. You probably got that experience to talk about.
I just go like
yeah.
this. See, that's how I mash the beans. You know what I'm saying?
That's the right move, Jeffrey. Yeah.
Between that and the mayonnaise, you've got a good thing going.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I have experience right there. in
Sometimes
the
when
mash.
Jeffrey
Yeah.
mashes the beans, the mayonnaise comes out of his hand too.
It does. I can't
Yeah,
help
about
it.
that.
I
All right,
just
good job.
I try not to, but can we get back to the pizza? It's
I'm
National
sorry.
Pizza Day, so
Mm.
I don't know. Are you gonna have any pizza for Super Bowl Sunday, or is it gonna be all homemade stuff?
Well, we home make our pizza too. So
No, shut up, Ralph.
no, we do. I'm
Pretentious
serious.
bastard.
Yeah,
How about
no.
you guys? What are you guys doing for the Super Bowl?
I don't have anything planned. I'll be honest with you. I've got some my Nana's chips. If we have some nachos, we've got
Mm.
that. Was talking about maybe smoking a pork butt and have some pulled pork on the nachos, and we'll have to wait and see on that one. We'll have to see if there's going to be anybody here or it's just me and Kim. So
You know, I let next year we're having a Super Bowl party and you guys are invited. You know, you guys, not the Fourth Dimension. And I
Well,
was
thank
talking
you.
to my wife. It's like we should have done it this year. We just been so busy, it just snuck up on us. You know, and
it's
so
not like you've had anything going on all year. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
and then I was like, well, you know, Bebo, we need a little more time for Bebo to calm the hell down
yeah.
before people come around.
Yeah.
Although I got to start making some videos. He talks. It sounds like a cartoon Disney
right.
dog trying to have
All
a
right.
conversation with you. And I forget how cool it is because sometimes he starts talking to me and I start talking back to him. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you shut up? And I'm just like, oh my God, I just told the dog that can talk to shut up. I just,
Yeah.
I should be making money off this. So
Yep.
I'm going to record some videos of that here. But yeah, next year we'll have a Super Bowl party, you know.
All right. Looking forward to it. Booking it.
And my wife was wondering if you guys would even come.
They sell train tickets to your house, right?
Yeah, the
Oh,
monorail.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, I'll be there. I'm going
Amway.
to need the week off before to get out to your house. But
Yeah.
other than that,
Or
it's like-
Amtrak.
You act like it's the Oregon Trail. You might get dysentery on the way.
Well, you never know.
Right. Yeah.
It's not that bad. You'll get dysentery after you get to Queen Creek. That's a given. Not on the
Bring
way.
your own clean water.
Pineapple Express says, I listened to Ralph's show last Saturday. I liked it. I'll listen to it again as long as Prairie Home Companion's in reruns. I think it's in reruns forever now, Pineapple Express, because Garrison Keeler is dead. Fifth letter says, good afternoon, fellas. Randy, whistle pig, please. Hey, Ralph, by the way, your show was hot garbage last Saturday. He says, I'm joking. I didn't tune in. But I will tomorrow morning, he says. Well, here's the nice part about it. You can get good and loaded for it by going to 1580thefanatic.com and listen on demand. You can listen to that podcast. Don't you dare do that while you're listening to this show. I'll have the thing deleted if you do that. But just bookmark it. You can listen to it anytime you want. And if you miss it tomorrow, you can listen to it again anytime you want after they put that thing up there. And they do a special thing. You know how we've been threatening to do Daily Blender After Dark. Well, they actually do sort of a version of that. The guys that they interview, they'll have the interview on the radio, but then the extended version, then they'll upload that after the show.
Right. That'd be really cool if we did interviews.
Why? I don't want to do interviews.
We don't do interviews.
I've told you before, nobody is more interesting to me than the people in the fourth dimension.
No, I understand. I mean, we've had comedians on the show.
Sure. I find them interesting.
If we were rolling on some of that stuff, I mean, that right there, that's solid gold.
Well, we did
radio gold right there.
Oh yeah, I got all those. I still have all those old comic interviews.
No, I mean, when the show wasn't, when it was like after.
Oh no, we never did that. We never did that.
After dark.
No, I see what you're saying. We should start doing that, but
Yeah,
we're
I
not.
am. Yeah.
I don't know. There's no need. I don't care. Just, jeez. There used to be another show that was on our radio station. Thank God they're gone. But the one guy used to be like, hey, who do you have on your show today? And I'm just like, man, we're not that boring. We don't need interviews to try to make our show seem more interesting. And we don't need a bunch of aged sports writers, the same guy every single week, and getting bored to tears by it. And I don't need to feed my ego by trying to find people to be on this show.
Was that the Golden Gun or the other guy?
Yeah, it's probably the Golden. I think I know what you call him.
You're saying if you do interviews, you're feeding your ego and you're trying to be less boring. So you just totally trust my show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Ralph.
Can I just say this? Ralph, your interview that you did with those guys from that facility that helps train baseball players was 1,000,000 times better than anything these jackasses did when they were here. Because here's the thing, it wasn't the same guy every single time having the same boring ass conversation every single time. So I appreciated what you guys did way more than what those chuckleheads did. So there.
I'll take that.
Pull the Plug says, was Jackie Gleason on your show? And Ralph's show? Yes.
I think you meant yours.
Big George says, hey, Ralph, honest feedback? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got to wait till the Thinky Wheel finishes to figure out.
Maybe it will finish. That'd be better.
And that means he wrote a novel.
He says it was good. Well run and informative. Could use some more texter interaction, but besides that, good show.
Thank you, Big George. Thank you, Pineapple Express. And we will definitely start doing that at some point.
I really thought that was going a different direction. And so did you, really, if you're honest.
I did, but I appreciate it.
I'm trying to get my translator up because now I got a bunch of damn Canadians texting in. I got the French guy and the German guy all in a row here.
Is it Pierre? Is Pierre on there?
Yes, Pierre is here. He says, hello, guys, and Ralph. I am interested. Thinky Wheel.
Even the Thinky Wheel's in French.
It is. Well, it's on his. He says, I'd like to hear your analysis on the Super Bowl. I don't like the 49ers after being scolded in English by a 49er fan on the streets of Montreal. My umbrella accidentally touched his pretentious jersey.
Come on.
Well, Pierre, we're going to talk Super Bowl here in just a little bit. Won't be too long. Joseph, the friendly German, says, "And hello, Mr. Lights. Pork hearts are a delicacy in Germany. Pork carts? Or is that
pork hearts?
Oh, I'll also be participating in the pork butts for the Super Bowl. Yeah. Wiener Schnitzel, Spretzel, and sauerkraut also on the menu. Are you in Germany or are you here? Because you guys watch the Super Bowl in Germany?
Of course they do. They love the NFL out there.
Well,
Well,
lots of
they must.
lots of
Yeah.
blitzing. I think that's it.
A lot of blitzing.
Pineapple Express says Garrison Keeler is not dead. Oh, I thought he was dead. He's still alive? He's retired though, right? He says, yeah, he left the show. Allegations of dozens of sexually inappropriate incidences.
Might as well
Can
be
I just
dead.
say how gross? That's one of the more gross things you've ever heard is Garrison Keeler's coming at you with them eyebrows and them glasses. Like, oh my God.
You got a pretty mouth.
He's sexually boring you to death is what he's doing. Yeah, I guess Keeler denied any wrongdoing, said his firing stems from an incident when he touched a woman's bare back while trying to console her. He said he apologized to her soon after that. They had already made up, and then he was surprised to hear the allegations when her lawyer called. He's 81. Yeah, that sounds exactly what a sexual harasser would say right there.
He's got those eyes though.
You never know. Are you looking at me lustfully or that person over there? Because I don't know which eye I'm supposed to be talking to right now. Are you undressing me with your eyes or that filing cabinet? What's going on, Garrison?
He's apparently been married 3 times.
Well, he's always seeing other women. Henry says, Ralph, when are you going to open the text line? I'm ready. Well, they really want to have the ability to text you on that show, Ralph.
Oh yeah.
We will find the spot for that.
Come on, Ralph.
Let him get comfortable doing the show.
You guys can text, and if I see something that's
Worthy.
I would bring it up. Absolutely.
Yeah, if we did that on this show,
we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
I don't know how many texts would get read.
We're definitely going to have to expand to 2 hours if we do text line.
You might.
Yeah.
But right now, just get used to doing the one, huh?
Yeah.
888-368-1580. All right, we got to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to cover a few of the things that happened last night. Some cool stuff happened last night. Some not cool stuff happened last night. But it won't take long before we are knee deep in talking about the Super Bowl this Sunday. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Free air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 juicy boneless pork chops with your order. OmahaSteaks.com/VSIN. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
For the first time in NFL history, the Super Bowl will be played in Las Vegas. Allegiant Stadium will be host of Super Bowl 58 on Sunday. San Francisco and Kansas City. The 49ers a 2.5-point favorite, minus 105 against the spread, while the Chiefs are minus 115, getting those 2.5 points. On the money line, San Francisco minus 130, Kansas City plus 110. The over-under total at 47.5. The Niners offense in the top 5 in both passing and rushing, while Kansas City is led by Patrick Mahomes, and he's trying to become just the 5th quarterback in NFL history to win 3 or more Super Bowls. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Oh, this cold.
Honey.
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
No, I'm getting a cold.
Honey. Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city 34 highway to 30 city 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive 28 city 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Hey, Ralph, got another solar question for you.
Okay, but did you check out the Harmon Solar podcast first?
The what?
The Harmon Solar podcast. We put new episodes up twice a month that teach you all the things you ever wanted to learn about solar. We discuss things like how solar works, the roofing, sales process, demand management, everything solar.
Show like this needs some real smart thinkers, huh?
Well, yeah.
So you got some really great guests then, huh?
Almost every show.
Is it on Spotify?
Yep.
iTunes?
Yep. Just search it everywhere. It's the Harmon Solar podcast. Go check it out at harmonsolar.com.
We all know driving hammered gets you nailed, but did you also know driving high is a DUI? I'm Officer Badalucco with the Gilbert Police Department. Anything that impairs your driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving high is illegal. Be smart with marijuana use. Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with hashtag high DUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Grand Canyon University basketball is back for another exciting season. After advancing to March Madness in 2 of his 3 seasons as the head coach, Bryce Drew brings a team to the court this season, picked to win the conference once again, and led by first-team All-WAC selection Gabe McLaughlin and WAC preseason Player of the Year Ray Harrison. Check out the schedule at gculopes.com to find matchups with San Francisco, DePaul, Liberty, and last year's national championship runner-up, the San Diego State Aztecs. Join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on The Fanatic, the home of Lopes basketball.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and yes, right here on this very radio station on Sunday from noon p.m. all the way through to the end of everything. You got Super Bowl, baby. That's right. Noon, you got the Super Bowl preview with Scott Graham, Ross Tucker, and Kurt Warner. At 1 p.m., you got Super Bowl Insider with Scott Graham, Jason McCourty, and Devin McCourty. At 2 p.m., you got the Super Sunday Show with Scott Graham.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So if Scott Graham's going to have Devin McCourty and who's the other one?
Jason McCourty, the McCourties.
How the hell is he going to tell them apart? Are they going to wear name tags?
Yeah, I think that's probably.
Don't ever make me do a show, Jeffrey, with twins. Remember the last time that happened?
Oh, they're creepy as hell. I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that?
All right, you could continue. I just didn't know if they're going to wear like name tags or a hat.
You can't trust them.
One would wear a hat, the other one wouldn't.
Let's say we booked Jason McCourty, and we're sitting there the entire time, not really sure if it's Devin or not. I mean, then why would you do that? I'm not going to risk it.
Well, that's when it got ugly for me. Are you your brother?
Right. No.
See what I mean?
I'm not in
the whole interview went crazy
weirdness
from there.
At 3 p.m., we got the Super Bowl game broadcast. That's when the pregame starts on that. Of course, the kickoff will be about 4:30 p.m. So we got you covered for the Super Bowl here on 1580 The Fanatic. And yes, in just a little bit, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all things Super Bowl.
All right.
As long as you people don't distract me too much, we'll actually get there. Oily Stool says, hey, I got a question for Ralph. Are you going to check out the Los Angeles Dodgers spring training now that pitchers and catchers have reported to Camelback Ranch? This is going to be a great season of Dodger baseball. Can't wait for opening day in South Korea.
So, yeah, I'll definitely be out there a lot.
Wait, what's he talking about South Korea?
South Korea. The Dodgers are actually opening up in South Korea. I think it's against the Padres.
Huh.
They're going to play a series out there, which is kind of cool. But, yeah, I'll definitely be out there. I go out there all the time, and I'm going to try to do some interview stuff out there, too. So, yeah.
I kind of like that the Dodgers got deported. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Moist One says, Brock Purdy way. Nice to see Arizona keeping the tradition of naming roads after heroes, much like Rittenhouse Road.
What is... Wait a minute. Somebody... Wait, what?
Okay, so here's what happened. The other day on the Twitter, you look over there and you're like, holy crap, they're naming a road after Brock Purdy. And it turns out everybody lost their minds. Taxpayer money. This is ridiculous. And then it's a 49er. It's not a Cardinal. And what the hell is that all about? People lost their minds forgetting he went to Perry High School. They just changed the little road that goes into the high school.
Yeah.
It was Perry Puma Way, and now it's Brock Purdy Way.
Wait a minute.
I don't know if it's permanent or not, but
my God.
that's where he went. It's not taxpayer money. It's just something that they decided to do to help honor a local boy made good. I don't have any problem with it.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, I listen. Okay. So he went to Perry, and he's in the Super Bowl. Why don't you guys wait to honor him until he actually wins the damn thing? Okay.
But
this
they're
is
honoring him
already
because
impressive.
he's there.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean it's already impressive?
You don't have to honor him for only winning the Super Bowl. He got there. He was Mr. Irrelevant, and now he's a Super Bowl quarterback. That's an amazing thing.
Only
Whether
his
he
second
wins
year
or
in the league.
loses.
For a guy that's always harping about a participation award,
Not a participation
sounds
award.
like a participation trophy to me.
He is already, no matter what he does from here on out, the greatest athlete that's come out of that school.
That is true. It's a very new school too.
Why wouldn't you celebrate that?
Huh.
Randy, aren't you always saying how people
What?
ignore Arizona sports and things
Well,
in Arizona? This
I'm
is a
not
good
saying
thing.
it. I look, if this is like look, if the 49ers win on Sunday,
Mhm.
go ahead and name the thing Brock Purdy Way. I mean, do you think that around Greenway High School they named it Tim Salmon Avenue or something? Tim Salmon Road. The guy went to.
They just don't have
he
that
went
much
to
money over there.
Greenway High School. The guy graduated from Grand Canyon
kinda
Canyon University.
Sort of
Do
a
you
poor
think? Do
area.
you see any Tim Salmon roads? I mean, the guy was only on a world championship team, and he came from not only Grand Canyon University,
Don't
but
get
Greenway High
mad
School.
at
But he
Perry High
actually-
School for
he
thinking
actually-
about something that
he
people at Greenway are too
actually
dumb
did
to think
something.
about.
He actually did something. He won a World Series. And they haven't even put a road up
Yeah.
at Grand Canyon for
Take
him.
that up with them.
Should
It has
be
nothing to
Grand
do with the
Canyon.
government.
Should have. It was Tim Salmon Ball Field, for
Why
heaven's
don't
sake.
you call up
maybe-
Greenway and
Maybe
yell
they
at them?
should do that.
Brock Purdy graduates from and he hasn't won anything, and now all
Yeah,
of a
he
sudden
did.
they're gonna,
The
oh my
AFC
God, we're
championship.
gonna name
I'm
it-
sorry,
oh,
NFC
geez.
championship.
NFC championship,
Here's
boatload
Matt
of games,
Gazzard.
immaculate
Lame-o.
college football career.
Lame-o.
You know what? Nobody gives a damn what you think. Nobody gives a
Lame-o.
damn what I think. It's
That's
the
right.
school's decision,
You
and
are
the
correct.
school loves the
Yeah.
guy, and they've
Lame-o.
decided to do this.
Maybe Tim
Lame-o.
Salmon didn't want that.
I think you should
Lame-o.
drive on over there and let them know how you feel.
Lame-o.
I'll call Tim Salmon and ask him.
You should.
I
You
have
should
his
call him
number.
and ask him.
He was my son's coach. I'll call him.
I stayed at his beach
Absolutely.
house in California, and what's the point there?
Did you really?
Just because
I did.
somebody hasn't thought of it,
Did you break in?
doesn't
No,
probably.
I was there as his guest. As a matter of fact,
Just
Me
because somebody
and my
hasn't thought of
family
it doesn't
and
mean you
another
should punish
family.
Brock Purdy.
well, I'm not punishing Brock Purdy by any way, shape, or form. I think what he's done has been remarkable. But come on, man.
I'm not saying that if Brock Purdy loses the
No,
Super
but you're
Bowl,
saying
they
that
should
he should get a damn road named after him.
the little inroad into his high school. Yes,
It's a driveway.
no one
man.
is
It's basically a
suggesting
driveway.
no one is suggesting that if Brock Purdy loses the Super Bowl, they should hand him the MVP and the Lombardi
Yeah.
anyway.
You're
This is
damn right.
a road that his high school is saying,
Let's
you know
see,
what, you've made us look good.
American League.
You've
Rookie
already
of
you've
the
shown
year,
you've shown that
Would
you're
you feel
you're a
better-
fantastic
Series
example.
champion.
Can I just name my driveway after you? Will that make you feel better?
Man, what is this?
The Randy
AL
White
Player of the
driveway.
Week many times. The guy was just one of the most prodigious Angels players of all time.
So his high school's wrong for that. Then what do you want from me? I'm not.
Hell with his high school. What has Brock Purdy done to earn that kind of
That's
honor?
none of your
Nothing.
business.
That's what I got to tell you.
That's
Nothing.
none of your business.
I mean,
take it
well,
up
I
with
think-
Greenway if you, don't
know
like the
what?
way
I don't
they've
have to
handled
take it
him.
up with Greenway. I think it's ridiculous. That's a participation. Oh, good.
It's not a
Here's
participation trophy.
Here's a little white ribbon,
Getting-
Brock. You get a road named after you.
Do you know how many
I don't
people play
think
the
you got a
game
white
of football? Great players. We don't even have a question about how great they are, and they never sniffed the Super Bowl. Didn't come
And
close.
Your point is
Do you not like Brock Purdy?
what?
I
My
think Randy
point
doesn't
is
like Brock
getting to a
Purdy.
Super
That's what
Bowl
I'm
is
thinking.
already difficult in
What
and
did
of
Brock do
itself.
here?
And if his high school wants to honor him, his high school, not the NFL, not even his college, the high school, that's okay.
What are you going to name a cornfield after him in Iowa somewhere? Because didn't he play at Iowa
He
State?
played at Iowa State. And by
Played
the
at
way,
cornfield. Oh, here's
So
old
what if
man
they do?
Smitherson's cornfield. It's now Brock Purdy Field.
So what if
okay,
they do?
if
Who
they want to
cares?
do that, that's their prerogative. What's wrong with
Yeah.
that?
Participation trophy.
He is
Participation.
already the greatest quarterback to come out of that college.
That's also true. That is also true.
And Iowa State, listen, I'm telling you, as a Texas fan who had to watch a lot of Big 12 games,
Here's a little white
You-
ribbon for you.
you
Good
send your
participation
team into Iowa State while Brock Purdy was the quarterback. You weren't guaranteed to win.
participation trophy.
Yeah, you sound really reasonable right now. Scratch Me Because says listening to Ralph's podcast is like hitting yourself in the head with a hammer. It feels great when you stop.
Who is that?
Scratch Me Because.
Oh, come on.
Pull the Plug says when we talk about Super Bowl stuff, please no prop bets. Who's going to catch the first pass? Who's going to tie the first shoe? Who will Brent Mushmouth bite first? Oh, that wasn't Brent Musburger who bit somebody. Who was the guy? That was a basketball play-by-play guy that bit somebody.
It was
Marv Albert.
Marv Albert, yeah.
Yes. Joseph, the friendly German, says Ich bin jetzt Toronto. Okay, I should probably hit translate. Hold on here. I don't know why my translate button keeps popping off. He says he's in Toronto, and they used to watch the Super Bowl while they were in Germany. Is what he said there. He says it's very popular there. Not nearly as big as the Bundesliga, but very popular in Bavaria and Frankfurt.
Imagine. Yeah, would imagine.
Manitoban Moose says, Randy, I appreciate your rant about Fred Salmon. Can I get a Viking horn, please?
It's Fred Salmon.
Berg says, Angry Keon is the best Keon. Pineapple Express says, Randy, where on the doll did Brock Purdy hurt you?
It wasn't Brock Purdy. I'm just saying, let the guy do something first.
He has going to the Super Bowl. Going to the Super. He took his team to a Super Bowl. He's been in the league 2 years. He almost did it in year one.
If Kurt Warner's got a road named after him at his alma mater.
Maybe
probably does.
Took his team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, probably does.
Yeah,
you know what? And who gives a damn? It's none of your business.
We're not talking about what other high schools do. We can't. We're not here to police every high school. Like, oh no, Perry High School, you've honored Brock Purdy. Let's go ahead and run to every other high school and make sure they've honored all their great players. What are we doing?
It's just my opinion. That's all. If you guys don't like it, that's okay. That's all right. Shine my shoes. Hey, I don't care. Who's your odd?
You pick the oddest things to get angry about.
Yeah, you die on the
well, I mean, come on.
You're mad at the kid, the Make-A-Wish kid. Now you're angry.
Wouldn't it be a pro ball player? And he goes with what is it? The banana splits? What
the Savannah Bananas?
There it is.
And he was
that's not even a pro ball.
He was dying soon. He gets to go to whatever baseball team he wants to, whether it's a pro team or not.
I fully expect that we're going to have a clip of Randy Sunday soon going, and those goddamn nuns. I just don't know why this.
I don't know why it would say that either.
Well, I don't know why you'd say this. Quiet Cannon says, hey, Randy, Brock Purdy has done plenty. Stop making us miserable with your tirades, he says.
Wow.
Oh.
Don't listen then.
Wow.
No, I prefer they did.
Well, then suck it up, Buttercup.
Damn. Do you need the day off? You seem kind of angry. Maybe you should take the day off.
Not angry. Just my opinion.
Oh, man.
So there's plenty to not be thrilled about. ASU lost to the Colorado Buffaloes. Was that 4 in a row we've lost? 82-70. Coyotes lost to the to the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and it's 3-2. So that stunk. But a bright spot was the Denver Nuggets beating the Los Angeles Lakers. That was good. Made me feel better. And then, of course, the Phoenix Suns never trailing and just beating the living daylights out of the Utah Jazz last night, 129-115. Kevin Durant with 31, Bradley Beal with 30. So, things are going along pretty good there. What did Booker have?
Nothing, because he didn't play.
Oh, the hip, sore hip.
Yeah, the hip injury, just like a last-second scratch. So he ended up not playing in the game.
See, that's the thing. I kept watching that, and I'm just like, man, Devin Booker looks pale. And my wife's like, no, that's Grayson Allen. I'm like, okay. Where's Booker? I just can't see.
He was not playing.
But the Suns like 60% from the field, collectively 37 assists, and to run of Randy's points, only 12 turnovers. So that was better than what they'd done recently, and they scored 30 fast break points. Just hit them hard with the constant offense. And Kevin Durant, when you watch him play, sometimes you're just like, this is just silly. This is just silly. How is this happening?
It's like watching a video game, isn't it?
Did you see what he did to that one guy?
A video game that's glitching. Yeah, so he broke that. Who was that? He broke his ankle so bad.
I actually I didn't recognize the guy. I was sitting there like, man.
He's in witness protection at this point. It was so embarrassing.
Taylor Hendricks just got his ankles taken from him in the worst way. Don't think they're being returned anytime soon.
Yeah, and put him on the ground and then just kind of walked in and says, I'll put this right here. So yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night for the Phoenix Suns. And hey, Ralph, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
With your team sucking as bad as they do, why weren't there any trades? You guys didn't do anything.
First off, they've been playing good until they lost last night. They had won like 3 in a row.
I know, it seems like every time I turn around and look at them, they're losing.
Every
But
time I come on the show, they lose that before. So that's the way it happens. They just said that the trades that were out there, people were just looking for too much, and they weren't willing to give up that much. So they said no, and they'll be active though after this. I don't blame them. You don't want to give up a bunch for something that you may help you. Why do that? Don't react that way.
Did you see the Kobe Bryant statue
I did. That's
unveiled
awesome.
there? That's what it looks like. He's standing there, and first off, they painted the jerseys. It actually looks like he's wearing a jersey.
Yeah,
that was interesting because they didn't do that for the Shaquille O'Neal one, did they? He's just all bronze.
No, somebody just put one on him. That's right.
And wait,
somebody put a jersey
on the statue.
So that's on
Shaquille O'Neal's. No,
on Shaquille. Okay.
And I like how Kobe's. That's the pose. I guess his wife said that was his favorite one. That's the pose he would have wanted, which makes sense because you can put that anywhere. You can put that in front of the Staples Center or whatever they call it now. You can put it in front of that hotel in Colorado, so you can point up. It's like it was on the second floor where I did that to that church, where I did that to the housekeeping girl, and I raped her. It was up there.
That's the pose from when he scored 81, I think, that night.
I think, see, again, it's really multi-purpose.
And actually,
Colorado,
they're gonna have 3
Los
statues,
Angeles.
not one.
It's like, hey, where you go? Where did Kobe Bryant go after you died? Oops.
So is that?
It's gotta go.
No, that's just
Oh,
wrong.
no.
That's
Oh,
wrong.
my God.
So is that
Wow.
jersey? Is that jersey a blue jersey? It looks like it's blue.
it's
on
white.
the screen.
It's white.
No, it's the white.
Oh,
Jersey.
it's white.
It's the
Okay.
Sunday
All right.
jersey.
All right. And then I noticed that there was a debate going into this thing if it was going to be the 24 number or the 8 number, and he turned up with the 8 number.
Yeah, he's got an 8.
And
Wow.
they're gonna have 3 statues. So I'm sure there'll be another one with a different number.
What?
They're going to have 3
Not
Kobe
in the-
Bryant statues?
in the
Yeah.
same place?
I don't know where they're different places they're gonna be, but they're putting up 3 different statues, is what I've heard. And he deserves all 3 of them. One of the greatest to ever play the game.
Well, for playing, sure. Playing. 888-368-1580. Hunter says, why are they putting up a statue of a known rapist in L.A.? Oh, it's L.A. Par for the course there, I guess. Yeah.
So can
Oily.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oily Stool says, what are your thoughts on the coaching change in Los Angeles? Well, we're going to get back to that. Oily Stool, give us a second on that because now you're changing lanes on us pretty quick. We were talking LA stuff, and now you're going back to football.
I'm just wondering. So, was Kobe the greatest Laker of all? Is that why he gets 3?
Oh, that's a
I'm
fight.
asking-
That's
I'm
a fight
asking-
I've heard a lot of.
I'm asking.
I'm not sure.
respectfully,
I haven't heard why. I just heard there was, and if he's not, I don't know if he's great. He could be the greatest Laker of all time. That's a tough one.
Who
There's
has
been so
statues?
many
It's
great ones.
Shaquille O'Neal, now Kobe, and was it Magic?
Is it Kareem?
Kareem?
I don't know if Kareem has one. I know Gretzky has one out in front of the Staples. Or
There was another basketball player with one, I thought.
It could be Chamberlain, or it could be Kareem, or maybe I have to look. I don't know.
Yeah. I've been there, and everybody sort of gravitates to Shaq's trophy statue.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
right
cool
there.
statue.
All right, listen, we have to take a break. When we come back, I bet we get to the answer to that question. Plus, we're gonna get started talking some Super Bowl stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1914. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1914. That's 800-575-1914. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey. Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Asante came to TurboTax after graduating from culinary school and landing a job in the hottest kitchen in town.
My hands are full all day, every day. I love it.
Asante, as your TurboTax expert, I'll make your moves count, guaranteeing 100% accurate filing and your maximum refund. Sound good?
Yes, expert.
Switch to Intuit TurboTax and make your moves count. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Super Bowl 58 is on. You can catch every moment of the Super Bowl on your home for the NFL. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Super Bowl 58 on The Fanatic is brought to you by Bet365, Salt Creek Furniture, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, Harmon Solar. When it comes to Super Bowl 58, The Fanatic has you covered from the first kick to the final score. Don't miss the Super Bowl on your home for the NFL. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Just in time for the NFL playoffs, Salt Creek Furniture has a fantastic sale. We're moving our Glendale store at 8078 West Bell Road, and the entire store is up to 50% off. It's crazy. $5,000 sectionals for just $2,500. Recliners, sofas, and so much more at prices that are sacking the competition. Salt Creek Furniture, 4 Valley locations. See it all at saltcreekhomefurniture.com. saltcreekhomefurniture.com.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
That's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I was wrong about what Ole School was saying. I thought he was talking about the Los Angeles Chargers and Jim Harbaugh. And now I look back at it, I got to reread this. He says, Ralph, what are your thoughts on the coaching change in Los Angeles? He wasn't talking about football. He's talking about the Los Angeles Kings. He says, I like Jim Hiller as coach. You guys play my Oilers tomorrow. Tonight, we play the Ducks. So I hope we beat them for you, he says.
I think it was time. McClellan did a good job, but it seemed like, he has a very talented team there, and they went on a heck of a run to start the year, but they had such a bad January, and he didn't seem to do the things that he needed to do to kind of get him out of it. So I think it was a good move because that team's too talented to not go deep in the playoffs, and they needed to make a change. So I support it. We'll see how it goes, but I think it's probably a really good move.
Henry says, Ralph, there is harm in solar. Could you stop it, Henry? That joke is so dead, man.
And honestly, it showed up, on life support when you first got it out there. It's dead now. It
was funny the first time.
You just drug it out of the morgue and you just walked behind it and moved its arms like this.
Took the toe tag off and acted like it was somehow a new joke.
Parts of it are leaking. It's just stop, Henry. He says, I don't know what he says. I'm just going to move on. All right. So educated sports dude and Thunder Snow want there to be a Randy White way. Educated sports dude wants to know is like, let's find a road here. We can honor Randy. We can call it the Randy White Parkway. Well, I got the Randy White driveway. So I'll just put a sign up in my driveway if it makes him happy.
With all due respect, thank you very much, but I don't deserve anything like that. I haven't done anything outside the ordinary. And I really appreciate that. And like Jeffrey, it's the Randy White driveway. Here at my house, it's the Jeffrey O'Brien driveway. But the bottom line is, all I'm trying to say is let the guy.
Hold on. Can I hold out for somebody's circle driveway? I'd rather have a circle driveway. Does anybody have a circle? Do you have a circle driveway, Ralph?
No. What if I make a circle driveway?
Yes. Okay. Then yes. As long as you promise it in the future.
Front yard.
Yeah. Just run that thing through the yard. So okay.
Then it would be like the Jeffrey O'Brien Circle, or
then we call it the Jeffrey O'Brien Speedway. Because it's circle.
No, it's a circle driveway. It's not a speedway. You can't go fast on it.
Isn't that what goes to being famous if I can't get along?
I think that I need to call Phoenix Raceway and change that to Jeffrey O'Brien Raceway.
I'm for that. That makes a lot of sense. No, why wouldn't I be? Of course I'm for that.
Yeah, all I'm saying is I just wish they would look. It's one thing to honor him, but can you let him do something first? I mean,
I think we disagree with you politely that he has done something already.
And also, like, this is also a sign of support. It's a little bit of both. And so I don't have a problem with that.
Let's talk about some people who won some awards last night. The NFL Honor Awards are out, and I'm a little confused. There's a bunch of extra awards that somebody's going to have to help me with. Let's just go for the important ones first. Lamar Jackson with his second MVP. Does everybody feel like that was a good get? That was a good job? Everybody.
I mean, I think so for the kind of regular season he has. Remember, you don't vote on this in the postseason. So,
yeah. And a lot of people are on Twitter saying, well, yeah, Lamar Jackson, 2 MVP, but only 2 playoff wins.
But see, that's not the measure of an MVP. Yeah.
Comeback player of the year, Joe Flacco, and not Lamar heart attack Hamlin.
I think that's wrong.
I think that's wrong too.
Really? Because here's the thing. I think it's right because Hamlin, it was amazing. He recovered. He had a freak accident heart attack. He recovered. He did a lot of good with the bonus life that he got left, the respawn. And he's done a lot with it. But as far as football goes, he's just played a little bit here, a little bit there. Hasn't been a real impact on the actual team, the Buffalo Bills. Joe Flacco jumped off the couch, played at a high level right to that last game. And, that was more of an impressive comeback than what Lamar Hamlin had.
I disagree. I think with Flacco played last year. And he was doing all right. And then he had one bad game and the Jets benched him. So it's not like Joe Flacco was this guy that was just toast. And then all of a sudden he came back.
DeMar Hamlin, he was on the couch.
Yeah, because the Jets gave up on him. But like the DeMar Hamlin died on the field and then came back. And the moment he came back, to me, that award was wrapped up.
Yeah, but he didn't do much when he came back.
He
had
did what
a tackle and a bad fake punt.
Well, he was always a role player and a bench guy. He did, but he came back and did exactly the job he was doing before. And again, no one would blame him if after your heart stopping on the field, you put the pads on and you didn't have the mentality to go back out there and do it again.
Feels like he was milking it a little.
Oh my God!
Like he could have probably gotten back in the game that day, but everybody's like, no, we got.
What do you mean?
Well, when he
wasn't conscious until like 3 days later. Back in what?
What I'm hearing you say is Lamar Hamlin should have just jumped out of the damn ambulance on the way to the hospital and said, "Give me my helmet. I'm going back in."
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Let me say.
Well, all right.
beyond that conversation. Let me say that I agree with you that I don't think DeMar Hamlin deserves the award. What about Baker Mayfield? He had a hell of a season.
But wasn't a comeback. He was on a team last season.
But that's
not really.
But he was bad. And if you were really bad and then you come back and have a really good year, that also qualifies you for the award.
Was he a comeback though? Was he a guy that was injured and he came back?
It's not always an injury. It's in the rule book for the award. It's not always an injury.
He qualified for it. He should have won it.
So I don't know if I would have given it to Baker either because
over Flacco.
Because being over Flacco.
Over Flacco,
I think.
yeah.
The important thing is that NFL Honors agrees with me.
Okay, we have no conversation if we're just like, it agrees with you. Nothing to talk about here.
There's nothing more important than that. But go ahead, say whatever you want to say.
I don't know. I think a guy dies on the field and comes back and plays football for the entire season. And no, he's not a superstar, but he doesn't have
the entire season. He wasn't in the lineup a bunch of weeks.
Yeah, he only played a few games.
Played a couple of games, right?
Yeah, but he still had to go through all of the practices and workouts and all of that stuff.
Which he came back for what? 4 weeks?
That's what I'm saying. Neither one of those guys should have won.
Post heart attack, because like DeMar Hamlin didn't.
No, I'm talking about Joe Flacco. 4 weeks.
But DeMar Hamlin was on the roster the whole season. That's not the same as Joe Flacco.
Because he had to hang around his damn kids. He was hanging around these kids for a lot, and
they hate him
yeah,
for whatever
they
reason. they love making fun of him for
all right.
so reasons that are unclear.
Maybe you're going to say Max Crosby should have got it, but Myles Garrett ended up with Defensive Player of the Year. And if you look at stats, yeah, I think Crosby might have been a little robbed stat wise, but as Keon has said, there's more to it than just the stat line. The appearance of a dominant defensive player. Maybe he's not getting those plays. Why? Because he's getting double teamed and somebody else is able to control the situation. So, but on the eye test and watching him play, Myles Garrett is your Defensive Player of the Year.
What about
I don't
TJ
have
Watt?
a problem with that.
TJ Watt.
TJ got
come on.
injured towards the end of
yeah,
the year.
I think,
tell you why he
And
lost.
his numbers are still great.
No,
His numbers
here's
are still
why.
great, but he
Can I
missed.
tell you? Because he tackled that hot dog and put him in the hospital.
That's
Oh,
a
You don't know
commercial,
about that?
Jeffrey. I keep telling you that's a commercial.
No, here's the thing. Behind the scenes, he gave that guy, they said, go ahead, he's got the padding, so just go ahead and give him the full tackle. But the guy inside didn't have padding. Only thing the guy had on was the suit. So he plowed into the guy, he got a concussion, and that guy got sent to the hospital. So what you see on the commercial where he tackles the hot dog, that dude just got sent to the hospital right
I
after
don't have
that.
a problem with that.
In my opinion,
Oh, I don't
the
either, but
hot
that's
dog guy
why.
should have got it then.
What
Hot
I have
dog
a
guy
problem
should've won.
Hot dog guy should get playback.
He led the
comeback
NFL
player
with
of the year.
19 sacks and 36 quarterback hits. He led the NFL, and he missed a bunch of. He missed some time.
He did miss some
How
time.
does he
which,
not get that award?
which to me, like being available is part of it. But like
Killed a hot
the thing is, with Myles Garrett just controlled games and like sack
So did he,
numbers.
though.
Yeah, he did. But Myles Garrett was there for every game.
And he still didn't have the numbers he had.
Okay, that's. I mean, I don't
That's my
understand if you're in a situation where your team is able to be up more often, which is weird to say, but the Browns had a bunch of games where they did not have Joe Flacco at quarterback, and they were in some games where PJ
Carlissimo.
Carlissimo.
Tucker?
Not Tucker.
Tucker.
I only
I don't
know
know.
so many PJs.
USFL PJ. That's that guy.
Hawthorne.
And he was out there, and they were grinding games. You don't get to pin your ears back and go after the quarterback. So that's going to affect your numbers too.
And like the Steelers were a juggernaut.
I'm not saying they were a juggernaut, but
I agree with what you're saying, but I think when you look at them both and you look at the body of work, I think TJ he earned it and he got screwed.
I'm saying it's a tight race. I don't know if it was a situation where he got screwed, but I think it was a tight race, and I was leaning towards Myles Garrett. And if you weren't, I don't think it's unreasonable. But Myles Garrett was controlling games, and to the point where, like, the other guys on his team were getting to the quarterback because you have to account for Myles. You have to double team him, and then he's coming around the end, and then you got to chip him with the running back anyway. Like it's just
we've covered this, Moist One. Look at Max Crosby's stats. It's the same conversation Keon is having with Ralph right now. It's more than just the stat line. It's also going to be about how does that player's existence impact the game with what the other players are doing. And you don't get to see that on a stat line, Moist.
Yeah, like I when the year Micah Parsons got drafted out of Penn State, people were the reason why he got to Dallas is because he didn't have a lot of sacks. But he was if you looked at him, he was completely dominating those games.
Desert Viking says giving Damar Hamlin comeback player of the year is no different than naming a street if a quarterback hasn't won a Super Bowl. This generation is soft. No more participation awards.
No,
Everybody knows. Nobody would
that.
know who Damar Hamlin is if he didn't take an experimental vaccine. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is how we got here.
This went downhill.
That has nothing to
do
with
you understand that getting the virus also gives you the same condition that the vaccine gives you?
And
There's
you
no
can also,
victory here.
You can also get your heart taken out by a hit to a certain place. It's
Yeah.
happening a lot to kids even before COVID existed.
I'm just
I
saying-
invalidate your point, and one more, and I'll invalidate your existence.
The vaccine
I have the right
condition
to the
we're
ability.
talking about is myocarditis. It is given to you by both the vaccine, but also the virus. So you've made no point here.
Yeah,
Come
me
on.
too. Shooter McGavin says Lamar Jackson's just like the Dodgers. Great in the regular season, poor in the playoffs.
I would delete that account.
Yeah, Lamar.
Delete that account.
Lamar only played 2 games. If you lose one,
you leave Lamar Prescott alone.
Lost Toby says Baker should have been a comeback player. And Brock Purdy won the MVP. Election was stolen. Hashtag not my MVP.
Okay.
Storm the Capitol. Ralph, am I doing the MAGA stuff right?
Almost. You should know.
You get a participation trophy for trying.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about the NFL honors. And, of course, we're going to talk some Super Bowl, too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Marcus, what happened?
I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor.
Oh, well, use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Oh, this cold.
Honey.
Honey?
Honey, you need Dayquil Severe Honey.
Dayquil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
No, I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try Dayquil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. Dayquil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone.
So what if I need a new one? No problem. We have the right battery for your car, starting at only $89.99.
Get in zone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
There's a reason why conventional healthcare is referred to as practicing medicine. Hi, this is Dr. Hannah Lindsay. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. I regularly see patients with a variety of acute and chronic health conditions, including many autoimmune and rheumatological diseases. We can restore pain-free joint function and balance immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and overall well-being. We emphasize natural and holistic interventions with lifestyle changes and take advantage of the full palette of care options from traditional remedies to modern science. We collaborate with experts in a wide range of health disciplines, including physical therapists and specialist physicians, referring patients as needed to ensure the most effective care possible. So how about a second opinion on your health? You might just end up feeling like yourself again. Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161, or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, Radio Pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Hey, look, the bird shows up, and he wonders about DeMar Hamlin. You know, because we were talking about the NFL honors and how Joe Flacco got comeback player of the year. And he says, maybe if DeMar Hamlin played for the Commanders, that would have guaranteed him comeback player of the year.
Well, because he would have started every snap. We're short on anybody good at football.
Yeah. I don't, you guys have probably been put up on charges, you know, for just putting somebody. Point. Yeah.
Yep.
So I feel like we're arguing about every single one of these outcomes, but it's already been decided. How do you guys feel about Kevin Stefanski being named Coach of the Year? I thought maybe my guy should have had some consideration till I saw how good D'Amico Ryan was doing. And I'm like, well, that guy should be coach of the year, but he didn't get it. It's Coach Kevin Stefanski of the Eagles. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, the guy with the very dark circles under his eyes and carries a mob, a mob security detail with him.
No,
that guy.
No.
No. You're right.
Brown,
I'm thinking
Stefanski's the Browns. You're thinking of.
Oh, who am I thinking of?
You're thinking about Eagles. What's his name for the Eagles?
Sirianni.
Oh, Sirianni, Stefanski.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Sirianni's the guy with the mafia ties. It's Stefanski. He's just a moron. But I just hate everybody in the Browns. So
I think D'Amico Ryan's got robbed.
Yes,
I think he should have won.
100% got robbed. 100%.
I think so too. And it's not like Stefanski wasn't great. I mean, what he had to deal with at quarterback was insane. Just a bunch of soup cans, and then eventually Joe Flacco. But D'Amico Ryans took a team that I think most of us were like, if they won 4 or 5 games this year, it would be a great season for them. And they went to the playoffs and won in the playoffs. It just seems odd that
we thought they were the Cardinals, and look what they turned out to be, right?
That's one way of saying it.
I mean, that's the exact way I have to understand.
I heard that.
We thought the Texans were going to be way worse than anybody. We thought they would be the worst team.
No, we really thought they were going to be the worst, probably the second worst team in the league this year.
Yeah, I know. Seahawks, then
Cardinals
Texans.
and Texans. Remember we talked about this.
Thought it was Seahawks.
But this guy got 10 wins out of that team. That's insane.
No, D'Amico Ryans was robbed. I think we do all agree on that.
Yeah. Christian
McCaffrey got Offensive Player of the Year. Okay. And CJ Stroud did get Offensive Rookie of the Year. TJ Watt got something called the Deacon Jones Award. Not sure what that is. I didn't watch the broadcast. Brock Purdy got Air Player. Don't know what that is. Joe Cardona got Salute to Service. Bobby Wagner got the Art Rooney Award. CeeDee Lamb got the NFL Play Award. Jim Schwartz, I think that's the guy who produced Gilligan's Island, got Assistant Coach.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
By the way, the Deacon Jones Award is the award given to the player who leads the league in sacks.
Well, that would be TJ Watt. Yeah. And statistically, if you go just by stats, he should have won the Defensive Player of the Year for sure.
You guys didn't get to watch Deacon Jones. I did. He would tackle the entire backfield and start throwing guys out until he found the guy with the football.
But you and Ralph are very old.
I know you're but I saw him at the end of his career.
And also he invented the term sack.
This giant arm wingspan, he looked like a condor going in.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Tackling everybody in the backfield. And just you'd see guys come out of there until you found the guy with the football.
So CJ Stroud getting Rookie of the Year. Do we all agree on that one? Rookie of the Year.
I think so.
Yeah. He was close with Puka, though. I mean, Puka had a great year, too.
Yeah.
They could have even both gotten it, but either one.
He didn't win nothing. Puka didn't get nothing.
Well, that's too bad. He had a wonderful year, wonderful season.
He did, but he was up for rookie awards mostly because, if you look at the other awards, it's not like he was the best wide receiver in football, but he was really good. But CJ Stroud is playing a tougher position, and the most important position on the field. And I think that's why he gets the nod.
Well, I think we can agree on that. Calais Campbell got the Man of the Year award. I love Calais Campbell. I can't even begin to argue with that at all. Although Cameron Hayward, he got the Walter Payton Award. So it's kind of a weird thing. Every team is like, well, who's doing the most charity on our team? And then we're nominating that guy. And it's like, are these guys doing the charity because they just want to do charity? Or are they doing the charity because they want to be the Walter Payton Man of the Year? And then it's like only one guy in every team ever does any charity.
Well, it's not that it's the one guy. It's that you nominate the guy in your locker room who you think is doing the most or doing the most important work.
It's a weird competition, to be honest.
It's because it's not a competition is the thing. It's supposed to be like, let's just recognize some of the positive stuff going on.
Why did they give a prize? If it's not a competition,
because you're just trying to honor the person who's out here doing work that
I'm gonna
otherwise
doesn't out of you, man.
That doesn't get publicized a lot.
I wonder who won the Ford C. Frick Award for Best Baseball Announcer.
That would be Shane Fairfield. Shane Fairfield.
All right.
Well, he really just won Don Shula Coach Award, but so did Andy Lowry, so I'm confused.
Well, that's not the Ford C. Frick Award. The Frick Award is for the best baseball announcer.
I don't give a frick. So there's the NFL honor awards right there. And then the only thing I know about the broadcast, because I just happened to be scrolling and I saw like more of the clip than I needed of Kirk Cousins. And I think it's Cam Hayward dancing with a bunch of guys on the stage.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Shirtless.
No, they weren't shirtless.
The two
The
other
guys
guys
were
around him
shirtless.
were shirtless. Yeah. Some
Yeah.
show from Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins is just creepy.
I didn't see that because
I
I,
went
I,
to
didn't,
the
I didn't
kid.
watch the awards. So
Yeah.
It was a little creepy.
So, anyways, and by the way, the Bud Light Selly Award. Selly, Ralph, means celebration.
they're trying to make it a thing.
not
It's not a
gonna do
thing.
Mulvaney,
Nobody
but-
in real life says Selly.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, but it's one of your guys. It's one of your people. Yeah, Tommy DeVito, I guess, won.
What did he win it for?
I think for that the Italian. What is that? The Italian. He like the doing this. And
So
can I
because
say-
he was doing this?
Yeah, that's it.
My mom was doing this when I was born.
so many.
She didn't get an
people-
award.
Well, she was really just trying to get her clothes on so she could get out the damn
No,
hospital
my-
so she didn't have to take you
My
with her.
mom was doing this. My dad was doing this. I mean,
So, but yeah, there was probably way better celebrations than just that guy just doing this. They had all sorts of creative in zone celebrations. So that's dumb.
that's cheesy.
That is really dumb. Anyways, another thing that was announced, we now know the winners. We know the winners of the Hall of Fame class of 2024. My man, Dwight Freeney, Indianapolis Colts, for a minute. He won. And let's see. Here's the guys going into the Hall of Fame. Dwight Freeney, Randy Gradishar is a senior inductee from the Denver Broncos back when Randy was in high school. Devin Hester. I'm not sure about the Devin Hester thing. Let's just put a pin on that. We'll talk about it.
Really? Okay.
I just want to kind of talk through it. Andre Johnson, Steve McMichael, he was a tackle for the a defensive guy for the Patriots back in the 80s and early 90s. Julius Peppers, defensive end for the Panthers, the Bears, and the Packers, and then Patrick Willis, linebacker for the Niners in the 2000s.
I don't know about that one.
But Devin Hester, yes, he was a remarkable punt returner, kick returner, wide receiver. But his thing was he'd kick it, he'd catch it, and then he'd run it in there and sometimes get a touchdown. And
More than anyone else in the history of the league.
Yeah, I was going to say most prolific kick
No-
punt return.
No one has returned more punts. It's not just occasionally. The guy was doing it almost on command. It felt like
No, it wasn't every
There
time.
was a
it wasn't
period of
every
time.
time, but he
There
did
was
it
a-
more than anybody else
There
ever
was-
did it.
Yeah, there was a period of time when it
And to
seemed
be
like it was
clear,
automatic.
The Bears rode two things to the Super Bowl that they went to involving Devin Hester. One was that defense, which was great. Two was him scoring touchdowns on special teams because their quarterback was Rex Grossman.
I think the reason I paused on Devin Hester is it was great to see Dwight Freeney get it, but seeing Reggie Wayne still kind of hanging around waiting to get into the Hall of Fame, I'm just like, if you put up Reggie Wayne up against Devin Hester, now do you see where I'm coming from?
I still
Yeah, a little
don't
bit.
know because Reggie Wayne obviously a better receiver, but what Devin Hester did in games was he could flip a game at any point. You could be behind, and then Devin Hester would get the ball, and you'd be up, and your offense would never have to touch the field. Which, when your quarterback is Rex Grossman, I cannot point out how important that is.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And then
for
he
the
tried
Bears,
to do it in the
but
Super Bowl too. It's just
if you go player to player, I feel like Reggie Wayne is a better player. So seeing him not
it's-
get in this year is just I don't know, it kind of bugs me. But listen, no, nothing against Devin Hester at all. Maybe get one of these old guys that's already dead out. I mean, we don't need to.
Oh my God, no! You,
wow.
I think those guys deserve to be honored too.
Well, then how
They're
about
just-
an eighth guy?
Just not first
How about
ballot
an
guys.
eighth guy? There's no
They just
rule
don't-
on how many. Give me Reggie Wayne. What the
There's
hell's wrong
no
with
there's
you
no
people?
rule on how many, but because of the way that you do the vote, there is going to be a limit to how many people
We're
wind up
putting
on
too
the
many
ballot.
in now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right too.
I think we need to cut this back.
I just don't know
Some of
who
these
on
guys-
this. I don't know who on this list of people
I
you
mean,
would not
Patrick
let
Willis,
into the.
come on. I don't know that he's a Hall of Famer.
You don't think
he
Patrick
was
Willis-
a great player. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer.
I disagree with that.
McMichael, I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm
I
not
don't know
gonna
about
sit
that
here and
either.
argue against the achievements of any of these guys. You know, I'm not trying to tear them down. I'm just like, hey, Reggie Wayne's still sitting there. What the hell? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hey, let's talk about the lone voter that snubbed Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. It was nearly a unanimous decision, and one guy did not vote, and he came out and he explained it. And so I thought maybe, we'll tell you what Aaron Schatz.
That's a name.
His name is Schatz.
That's
So
Here's my other Schatzes.
here's what he says. He says, listen, I did not vote for Lamar Jackson. I voted for Josh Allen. He says, Josh Allen was much more valuable running the ball this year than Lamar Jackson, based on defense adjusted yards above replacement. Allen beat Jackson in nearly every advanced metric, and in some, it wasn't even close. For instance, Allen finished second and Jackson's 11th in win probability added. Jackson had more mediocre to bad games than Allen, i.e. Allen was more consistent from wire to wire, and the Ravens have had better wide receivers this season than the Bills. And so what he basically is saying is, and by the way, it wasn't in Aaron Schatz deliberation, Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. For him, he said it was actually between Josh Allen and Dak Prescott. He says, I had Jackson third. I was trying to figure it out between Dak and Josh. So that is what this guy said. All right, let him have it.
I mean, to be fair, Josh Allen did have an amazing year, and it was a different kind of year for him because
Didn't win you crap in fantasy football, though, did he?
he was still the number one rated fantasy quarterback throughout the
Oh,
year.
that's right. You're just bad at it. Sorry. Wasn't his fault. Wasn't his
No,
fault.
he had a definitely you can make an argument for him to get MVP. Dak Prescott had a great year as well. I think you could. And Prescott had a great year as well. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Lamar. I think Lamar deserved it. But I can see where he was thinking, giving his props to Allen, saying that it was between Allen and Prescott. Yeah, he was probably drinking at that point because he wasn't considering Lamar Jackson. But I understand where he's coming from because of the year that he did have. He had a great year.
I thought that Josh Allen had a pretty decent year.
He had moments where you're like,
yeah.
wow, that guy could be the
so did
MVP.
Lamar.
But then he had other
Yeah.
moments where you're like, there's
Well,
no way this guy should be.
Because
Lamar
you're just, but the thing is, you don't get to dismiss the games where Josh Allen attempted to give the ball and sometimes successfully did give the ball to the other team. He had 2 times as many interceptions as Lamar. In fact, not 2 times as many, 2 times as many plus 4 more. He had 18 picks.
Yeah.
That has to factor in. The better quarterback rating, Lamar. The better completion percentage, Lamar. Took better care of the football. 300 more yards on the ground for Lamar. More yards per attempt was Lamar. It's not even close. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, like I said, I think Lamar deserved it, but I don't think he's wrong for looking at Josh
I'm,
Allen.
I'm saying I think he's wrong for looking at Josh Allen.
How
yeah,
does
I think that's what I'm
Prescott's
saying.
numbers compared to
Let me see if I
Lamar?
can
I'm curious.
throw Dak.
Well,
in here
I
in the-
found this guy's arguments ridiculous, so I didn't even look it up.
It's just like you can dig
Well,
to the
he's-
advanced
he's-
numbers, but don't look
he-
past the basic numbers of hi.
Yeah,
I'm
I-
throwing
yeah, I mean,
interceptions
he's-
like at an alarming rate.
His arguments are purely based on metrics. It's not based on anything else, not based on the eye test, not based on effectiveness, not based on the quality of the talent. It's
So?
not based on anything but metrics.
Now you know why, Myles Garrett. Although I kind of feel like it should have been TJ Watt. 888-368-1580. Moist One wants to know, are you going to give Zay his flowers?
Excuse me?
Not if it's going to get us punched in the face.
Ooh.
So we'll have to see what happens with that.
And Dak was kicking Josh's ass in every stat category.
Yeah, he had a
too.
great year.
So even with this guy's own argument, he was wrong.
Yeah, like the better comparison would actually be between Dak and Lamar more so than Josh. It's not even close.
And what did Dak finish, like 4th?
Oh, I didn't.
I don't
see
even
the
even
voting.
know because
I only
we
cared about
only
who
got
the winner
the
was.
we only got their first place votes,
Mhm.
and so the first place votes there was 49 for Lamar and 1 for Josh Allen.
Hmm.
So I don't know exactly where Dak wound up in that ranking.
Third place, I guess. In the If it's only 50 votes and it's 49 for Lamar, 1 for Josh Allen, everybody else is tied for third place. Hefty Lefty said, love seeing Randy Gradishar finally get into the Hall. Great member of the Orange Crush defense from back in the 70s. Yeah. Average Joe says, I'm fine with everybody. I'm fine with everyone. Everybody who got in the Hall. But Gates not getting in, Antonio Gates, that's a travesty. I'd put Holt in there before Reggie Wayne. I'd have to take a look at that Everett show. I'd have to take a look at that. I'm not going to completely poo-poo your argument, but I don't know if I'm going to agree on that. I have to look at that. Chief Skull says, did Keon get enough rest last night? Neon is very edgy today. Ralph, what did you do to him?
Ralph didn't do anything. I got plenty of sleep. I feel really good. I'm really fired up about stuff. I like talking about sports.
And Dak actually finished second, just so you know.
You can't finish second.
Yeah, you can, because you're just talking about first place votes. They do more than
yeah.
that.
You also have a vote for who's your second and who's your third.
Lamar had 493 votes.
I see.
Dak had 152 votes.
Mm-hmm. So Lamar only had 49 out of the 50 first place votes.
Josh finished in fifth behind Brock Purdy, McCaffrey, and Dak.
At that point, it's all throwaways. You figure out who is my MVP, and you go, and then after that, you're like, doesn't matter, and you don't even really put that much thought in the second, third.
Well, I still think that does matter, because if you end up with some ties at first, then that second place vote actually does impact who wins.
Who are these idiots, anyways? Who are these people that are making this decision? You know what I'm saying?
Writers.
Whether it's Hall of Fame or MVP voting. Bruno Baller says Devin Hester returned the opening kickoff of the Super Bowl for a touchdown. Bam! End of story. There's other guys who've done it.
Well, that doesn't get you a Hall of
Fame.
Fame.
Scratch Me Because says, don't you have to be in a Miller Lite commercial to get the Deacon Jones Award? I think you might be
nice
right.
Callback. Nice callback. Yeah.
Desert Viking says, what do you guys think about the Vikings undrafted rookie Ivan Pace Jr. not getting a single vote for Defensive Rookie of the Year? Well, let me explain. I've never heard of him.
Wow.
And neither have a lot of other people. That's why.
I have bigger problems with that category than that. So,
yeah.
Witherspoon got screwed.
So sorry, Desert Viking. The Jet says, happy Friday, gentlemen. I heard that Drake has a new video out. You should Google Drake video and check it out. No.
No.
I don't care about Drake's music.
Wow.
It also sounds like a trap or something.
Yeah, it is a trap. And
something filthy.
Yeah. Jaden.
Oh,
what is it?
It's a sex tape got leaked.
Oh, with is he going to get arrested?
No.
Why would he get arrested?
No, it's legal. It's all legal. But
that was a fair question. I don't want to talk about it if it's something.
But yeah, don't look it up, because
I'm not looking it up.
You don't need to see what Drake's junk looks like. No one needs to.
No,
somebody needs to.
People were looking like, I don't understand. I had to log off of Twitter that day. I was like, you guys really, just truly, way too excited to try and find this. And good luck to you. And I'll see you.
They had to really try hard to see it, huh?
Later.
That don't bode well for him.
I don't know.
Berg says, why would anyone want to go to Long John Silver's for seafood? Don't bring that up again, Berg. Don't bring that up again.
We're not having this argument here.
Well,
it's a Twitter
Big
thing.
George was asking something.
I thought their hush puppies were like amazing or something. Isn't that what it is?
I don't know. I don't want to start.
Long John Silver's hush puppies.
Average Joe says Josh Allen is our generation's Brett Favre. How does he vote Lamar third? Who? Hamilton Porter says Chip Kelly. When was the last time you remember a head coach voluntarily leaving to be a coordinator? Well, we've seen people abandon ships for all sorts of reasons. So I bet you start hearing some news about UCLA here in the very near future.
Yeah, something happened there.
Navy Devil says, I would have liked to have seen former Sun Devils Eric Allen and Darren Woodson make the Hall of Fame. They were finalists.
Didn't Woodson make it already?
Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought he did.
No, maybe he didn't. Hefty Lefty says, yeah, Drake was just auditioning. Oh no. Jeez. For meat spin. I don't know what that is.
Don't
I wish I hadn't said it out
wow,
loud.
you're trying to do all of the internet traps, and I'm telling you right now, that's disgusting behavior. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You yelling at me?
No, whoever the texter there that's trying to walk people into. Hefty Lefty, you should know better. You're walking people into traps. You know you're walking people into traps. That is disturbing behavior. You should be ashamed of yourself.
This is a very, very contentious show today.
It kind of
is. It?
There's
Yeah,
been
there's
a
a lot
of
of people angry and yelling at things.
Randy was angry. Keon's angry.
Who was angry? I wasn't angry.
I'm not angry at anybody.
I wasn't angry at all. I don't know.
Let's take a break. and
Spirited
pray.
debate.
When we come back, we're going to
you,
talk
Frank Reich?
about the Super Bowl. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids gummies help relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harman Solar today. Harman Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harman Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Hi, I'm Ralph Romano.
And I'm Neil Lynch.
We've been friends for over 30 years. And
Wait. It's been over 30 years?
Yep, you are that old.
Well, at least you have one friend.
Anyway, we have a show called The Weekend Warriors, Saturdays at 10 a.m.
We'll discuss national and local sports, and we'll talk about some sports that you don't hear about much.
We'll also interview local athletes, coaches, and sports-related business owners to share their stories with you.
We look forward to sharing these great stories and hanging out with you.
It's The Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
So all my boys going on your round.
There's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, and Hefty Lefty. I know I was thinking the same thing when Keon was scolding you. He says, easy there, Joe Buck. Easy.
Okay.
That disgusting act.
You know what?
It's on our hair. We are sorry.
I am trying to warn people. You are trying to get people to see Drake's penis. All right. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see it. And I'm trying to tell you. You know what you're doing.
What does Penix Jr. have to do with anything?
Listen,
I don't want to see Drake's
non sequitur here, but the point is, I am not Joe Buck, because the thing that you are having,
he doesn't know French.
You are telling people to Google will
Penix
actually
Jr. is a
show
good
them the
person.
thing that Joe
Why
Buck
are you
was mad
trying to drug him through the mud.
that Randy Moss was pretending to show them. There's a difference.
Randy Moss.
Pierre says, I think he's a great travesty of justice that a great Franco-American footballer, Anthony Jean Hervé Marius, is not in the Hall of Fame. He is one of the great French people to have played your American poo-poo football.
I didn't catch that name.
American poo poo football. Huh?
I don't think that's a. I don't even think that's a person. Chief Skull says Berg and a mustard sandwich. Yeah, it's made in heaven. Big George says Berg, don't do that to me. I'm longing for some. Don't bring up the fish sandwiches anymore. We're not. I'm not going there.
You know, it's the long cod that people are attracted to. Long John Silver's. The long cod.
Does Drake have
the
that?
Big long cod?
I mean, there's a way to find out if you want to.
I'm not looking. I'm not going to look. Bruno Baller says, "Is the text line open during Ralph's show? As of yet,
it's open. We're just not really. You can text, and then we'll see. I'm not saying more than that.
Well, you might as well just not even turn it on.
I looked at it last week.
If you're going to be cowardly, don't turn it on.
No, I look at it.
Kenry says, "Rest in peace. Harm in solar jokes." Yeah, good. Knock it off.
Do you promise?
Jonesy says, if you look up the Drake video, it just plays a clip of him saying, "You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history." No lie.
In Jeffrey's
never gonna give you up. Hefty Lefty says, "Hey, I never said visit the site. Okay, if people want to visit random sites, that's on them."
Didn't you in your first text say search for it? Didn't you say that? Were those not your exact words?
Hefty Lefty's probably at the gym right now too.
No, he just said the word meat spin. I don't know what that means.
Don't look it up.
Happy National Pineapple Pizza Day. It's not no Berg. It's just pizza day.
Love
it's just
pineapple
pizza day.
That's good.
I got no problem with pineapple pizza.
Do you like pineapple and ham, pineapple Canadian bacon? What do you like with your pineapple on your pizza?
Pineapple,
whatever.
Just
mozzarella.
pineapple.
Yeah, I'm doing that tonight.
Have you guys ever had the pineapple and pepperoni?
Yeah, I have. It's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I don't know why people get all bent out of shape about that. Listen, anything you put on your pizza, it's your mouth. Have at it. I don't care.
I don't tell people what to do, but I do not put pineapple on my pizza.
When I was single, I ordered a pizza from Sardellas. Am I allowed to say that? Sardellas?
Yeah.
I ordered a cheese pizza from
open,
Sardellas, and I had. There's a Stardella. They're still using the same jingle from 30 years ago. But anyway, I got a.
What can I say?
But I had a. Well, listen, they were big at Jeffrey and I's other radio station. They were huge.
That's where we had our Pizza Olympics.
Oh my God! Yeah, we had Pizza Olympics. We had Pizza Man. All of our conferences, we had pizza and wings. It was
Pizza
amazing.
Man.
What the hell was I saying?
That's the only way they could get us to a meeting.
Yeah. I ordered a cheese pizza and I got a fresh pineapple from the store, and I put my own pineapple slices on there on the cheese pizza with fresh pineapple.
Yeah,
not cooked.
That's a lot of work.
Just fresh.
I'd rather just have the store put it on. It seems like.
But then they cook it though in like 7,000 degrees. See what I'm saying? But if you don't cook the pineapple,
lightly cook
it. If you don't put the pineapple
on the grill for just a little bit.
You could do that, but then you just slice it up and put it on the pizza fresh. So it's a whole different thing. Yeah, Keon, you need to try that this weekend.
I don't like pineapple on pizza though.
Yeah, you tried it.
It's your mouth.
I have tried it. I don't like it.
Have you tried it the way I just told you?
Have
you done it with the fresh pineapple?
Why, if he doesn't like it from the store, would he go buy an actual pineapple like SpongeBob's house and chop it up and put it on there when he already doesn't like it?
You can buy the canned pineapple. I'm just saying, don't.
I just don't like sweetness on my pizza.
I
just
too bad.
I want everything in there to
sweetness on your video screen right now.
Well,
wow, that's just
damn.
Don't worry. Drake's video showed more. Mine's just from the chest up. You're good.
That's a good point.
Bruno Baller says, it might not sound good, but pineapple and jalapeno on pizza is not that bad.
Oh, see, now that's good too. I've tried that before.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because you get a little spice and you get that sweet.
Oh, that'd be pretty good, actually.
Swave Dave says, whatever you put on your pizza, no anchovies, please. Well, if you want anchovies, have some damn anchovies. If you don't want them, don't eat it. I've picked so much stuff off a pizza I don't like. Yeah, I don't care for bell peppers and crap on there, so I'll pick those things off. Or somebody puts like raw onion on it, I'm like, I'll pick that off. But I don't complain about it. It's just pizza, no problem. A tall one for Swave Dave, please. He'd like to get himself a beverage. The Jet says, you know what I think? I think it's time for Ralph to break out the checkbook and pay for a new commercial. We're going to make some new commercials. He says it's February. Okay. We didn't just finish the hottest summer on record.
Yes, we did. It was so dang hot. It's still in our memories like it was yesterday.
It went into like October. What are you talking
November.
We're dying walking into November, and you're just like,
February. We just finished the worst summer on record.
We did, damn it. It just happened. The Jet also says, I forgive Keon for being a fun-hating Bible Belt Bob today.
What?
After all, he has to work with Ralph.
What?
I don't hate
What are you
fun.
talking about?
I just don't think you should try to send people or trick people into going to disgusting
Yeah, to
websites.
porn sites.
That's all.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
Slave Dave says you can't pick off the anchovies. Once they're on, they are always there. Oh, yeah.
That's
I probably
true.
wouldn't bother with that. I don't care for anchovies.
Anchovies.
Yeah, they're gross.
Did try it. Didn't like it.
I knew somebody that would just open up the anchovy can, with the little key thing, and just eat anchovies just raw right out of the thing.
That's disgusting.
Oof.
Damn. And he'd be drinking one of those Keystone Lights when he did it.
And no woman would ever kiss him again.
Well, he was already married. I mean,
yeah. See? Well, I mean, that happens. Scratch Me Because says, I had pizza in Rome, Italy. And the only, it's just the Marguerite pizza had the sauce. Ask the annoying Italian man there. WTF.
So pizza in Italy is different.
Oh, yeah.
So when I was there, we were in Naples and we were living in the neighborhoods with family, and we would walk down to the corner to the guy, and you'd walk in and it was a store, basically a bunch of hay on the floor and a brick oven. And they would just brick oven the pizza there. And it was basically like the real mozzarella. And then a couple other things, maybe that's it. And they're really not thick, but not thin like New York. It's just a different experience than anything I've ever had in the States.
Kim and I watched that guy, Stanley Tucci, Finding Italy, and he was in Rome and a couple other places, and the pizza there looks amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's American pizza is not the same as Italian pizza, and American Chinese food is not the same as Chinese food, because there they just call it food. And then Mexican food is nothing like what they normally do.
That's
so
an interesting point, actually.
Yeah.
Last Optimist says Kuipers on a cracker are delicious. The Kuiper, is that like a little fish? What is that?
I think that's like a sardine.
All right. Kuiper. No.
Yeah. I don't know why they call it that.
I don't even look that up. Hey, let's play a game. You guys, let's play a game.
All right, let's play a game. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're playing a game here on the Daily.
I just did that, so we're good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a thing, and you tell me how many. We're going to play how many. Okay, so let's do this. How many Super Bowl appearances do the Kansas City Chiefs have? 5. No.
4.
No. Come on, Keon. Come on, Keon.
Come
6.
on,
Keon. You are correct.
6.
Keon. By the way, Keon, I also need you to keep score because I just don't feel like it. So Keon has 1.
What do you mean 6?
They've been to the Super Bowl 6 times as a team in their team's history. All right. So how many wins do they have without looking?
4.
No.
3.
You are correct. Got a point for Ralph. There. Actually, it's a sub point, but I'll give him the point. All right. So how many Super Bowl appearances do the San Francisco 49ers have?
5.
No.
7.
No.
8.
You can't go twice,
You
and
can't go
Keon gets
twice.
the point.
I didn't see the rules.
All right. How many wins do they have?
5.
5.
You are
4.
correct.
Yeah.
Ralph had that one.
Ralph got that.
All right, Randy, you don't need to yell.
Yeah, my ears are falling.
Just you can say the answer.
I knew that was going to.
We have microphones. He's backing way off the mic because he just insists on yelling. All right. How many times have the Chiefs and the 49ers played each other in the Super Bowl in their history?
1.
Yeah, Randy got it with the 1. Yeah.
I couldn't hear him.
He had to yell for that one. All right, Randy. If you get this right, you win the entire contest. Are you ready? I'm going to ask just Randy. How many fans are expected to be at Allegiant Stadium for the Super Bowl?
60,000.
Nope. Sorry, Randy. That was your big chance. Guys, anybody? Anybody have this? No, you're way over. Keon?
Maybe 65,000.
All right, let's see. So with Price is Right rules, Ralph went over. Randy was under Keon's. Keon had 65. The actual number is 71,835. So Price is Right rules. Keon wins the point.
But my number included the people outside.
We don't care about that.
Well, you didn't specify.
I don't care about the poor people.
They'll be on the premises.
This is about the people who had money to get in. All right. So, how much is the Super Bowl expected to boost the local economy? Give it a guess.
300 million.
Like how many? By how many dollars? By a certain percent?
You're incorrect, Randy.
I was going to say maybe 225 million.
225 million. You're incorrect, Ralph. Keon?
I'll go 150 mil.
Whoever is closer to $1.1 billion has the win for Las Vegas.
With Randy.
So Randy with the point. How much spending will your typical Super Bowl tourist do on food and drinks over 4 days at the Super Bowl?
$2,500.
That is incorrect.
$2,500.
You can't say it. It doesn't matter. You're still
Food and booze?
It says projected spending per Super Bowl tourist on food and drinks.
I would say 4,000.
4,000.
That is incorrect.
I don't.
I'm going to say 500.
Well, you're all over it. You said $275.
That
don't sound right at all.
That doesn't sound right.
wrong.
Yeah, it's just
They're not buffeting it. Even if they were, it's more than that.
Yeah, and if we're talking about drinks in Vegas, drinks here cost a lot of money. In Vegas, during the week of the Super Bowl, that doesn't seem.
Let's toss that one out. Let's not have that affect the standings.
A lot of free drinks when you're in the casino.
All right, how about this? The lowest daily hotel rate in the area. The lowest
$875.
You are incorrect.
350.
You are incorrect.
I would say 200.
Well, you were closest without going over. It's 299. Yeah, closest without going over, Ralph.
Circus Manor.
It must be Circus. What
The
a
Manor.
dump. What a dump.
Yeah.
What is the average price of a ticket right now in the Super Bowl resale market?
$6,750.
You are incorrect.
2,500.
You are incorrect.
2,000.
$10,752.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't get to the 12,000 yet, they thought, but who knows what'll happen tomorrow, right?
Lord have mercy. Wow. Okay.
Let's
Couldn't
see
be me.
here. What percentage of people say they would give up drinking for a year to be able to attend the Super Bowl in person?
10.89%.
You are incorrect.
40%.
You are incorrect.
Like 10%.
You're incorrect, but closer without going over because it was 35%.
Oh.
35%. What is the average number of people who attend the average Super Bowl party? So each party, how many average people do you think show up for that?
1,000 people.
But whose house are you having that at?
Oh, you're talking about a party? I thought you
Yes.
meant in Vegas.
Yeah, no.
Just a party.
Okay,
average.
I thought you meant Vegas.
I was
not
thinking
in
your house,
Vegas.
Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
My house, your house, the average.
Oh, your house, that number would make sense. Let me
True, but your house, then the average. This
I
is
would
somewhere-
say 20 people.
Okay, you're incorrect, but Randy?
I would say 67 people.
You're still incorrect, Randy. Keon?
I'll say 25 people.
You guys are way over. I like your thinking, though. It's 14. 14 is the average.
Huh.
All right, so listen, we're going to take a break. We come back. We'll continue this because I got more questions and I'm having fun. Why? Because I know all the answers. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The IRS is ramping up collection, and if you owe back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, listen carefully. Before it's too late, check your eligibility for the Fresh Start program still offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax problems. Call our special hotline number now and find out in minutes if you qualify for these life-changing debt reduction programs. Business or personal, if you're in a payment plan with no end in sight, have unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to know you're your options, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief and stop collections immediately. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau with a 5-star rating from Yelp, this veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. Call their hotline number now, 800-819-1120. That's 800-819-1120. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-819-1120 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
At Boot Barn Work, we support those who rise in the early mornings and keep pushing through the long night shifts because there are mouths to feed, homes to build, and a country to fuel. Those who mark their progress by the wear on their tools and the sweat dripping down their face. Every scuff on your boots represents your role in America's unrelenting workforce. Boot Barn Work, for those who feed, build, and fuel the nation.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone.
So what if I need a new one? No problem. We have the right battery for your car, starting at only $89.99.
Get in zone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Our Chandler Police benefit from serving a supportive community. That strong partnership equips our police with the support, training, and technology needed to keep our city and employees safe. Our sunny skies and active lifestyle offer personal and family time for the desired work-life balance. Find your fit with the Chandler Police Department. Learn more at jointeamchandler.com. This message is sponsored by the City of Chandler.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
It's Lender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and we're in the middle of our Super Bowl contest here with ourselves. Like a how much? What did I call it? What did I say? How much? Yeah, I think it was. How many? How many? That's what it is. I asked a question, and you guys have to tell me the number. So 888-368-1580. Don't worry, I only have a few more of these left. Who's winning, by the way? What is the current score, Keon?
It is 4-2. I have 4. Ralph has 2. Randy has 2.
Ralph, Randy, you guys suck. You got to try harder. You got to really put in a better effort here.
I don't like how you read that score, but okay.
Thank you. I mean,
how else am I supposed to read it?
I don't know. You sound a little smug on that one.
If I were the two of you, I would question the guy who's keeping score also happens to be winning. I mean, that is between you and your lawyers, but we still have a chance for you to catch up. Everybody could still win. Right. So let's see what we got here. How many people will either throw or attend a Super Bowl party in these United States of America?
100,000.
100,000. You're incorrect.
50,000.
You are incorrect.
I'm going to say 90,000.
Wow. 112.2 million.
That's close.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
None of you deserve a point. I don't care who was closest.
When you missed that bad, you just
yeah. Look, I didn't even try to reach for the notebook.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and leave that one.
I don't know. It's just like you're trying to figure out how many people are going to the parties versus how many people are actually throwing the parties.
I don't either throw
like this
or
game.
attend.
Can we I don't like this
or
game.
Attend.
I strongly dislike doing trivia games personally.
I like
it,
let's go.
But it's all good.
6 questions left.
All right. 6. Okay.
All right. So how many chicken wings will be eaten this Sunday?
14.8 billion.
You are incorrect.
I want to go last.
I'll go 500 million.
500 million. You are incorrect. One wing. You are incorrect. Keon actually closest without going over, and he only got it right by a third. It'll be 1.45 billion chicken wings.
Billion.
I said 1.3 billion. Did I not?
No,
You said like 14.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah, you were
way
kind of
too many. You were way over.
Never mind.
All right. How many millions of pounds of ribs? Come on, Randy. This is right up your alley. How many millions of pounds of ribs? I've given you a
12.8.
hint by saying
12.8.
millions. You are incorrect.
12.8.
You are incorrect.
Damn it.
40 million.
You are incorrect.
200 million.
You are way incorrect. You're
Okay.
all over. It's 10 million pounds. 10 million pounds. How many pounds of potato chips?
Oh my God. 78 million.
You are incorrect. Randy? I'm sorry, Ralph.
Jeez.
40 million.
You are incorrect. Keon?
I don't know, like 70 million.
Man, you are way over. It's 11.3 million pounds of potato chips. All right. I don't know. You guys are really bad at this.
Yeah,
how many
guessing the
pounds-
random things that people do in the Super Bowl is maybe not a strength of anybody.
That's like asking how many times will you fart in the chair before the third quarter is over?
Oh, yeah, like 8 or 9, maybe.
See what I mean? See what I mean? You were incorrect.
Also, it depends on what we'd be eating.
Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, Ralph, you're incorrect.
How
No,
many
you're wrong, Keon.
millions of pounds, and I'm giving you a hint. I should have done this the whole time. How many millions of pounds of avocados will be eaten?
100.
You are incorrect.
400 million pounds.
You are incorrect.
20 million pounds.
Randy gets this one. He was closest without going over 250 million pounds of avocados.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so here's one that it will be easier. What percentage of an increase in pizza orders is there on Super Bowl Sunday?
30%.
You are incorrect.
33%.
You are incorrect.
I'll say 200%.
You are way over.
Okay.
Ralph is closest without going over. 35% was the actual number. So, Randy, good job. Ralph just prices righted you. Okay. How many cases of beer will be
Oh my
sold?
God. You mean my house or
just in the United States?
Yeah. All right. How many cases?
1 million cases.
1 million cases, says Ralph. You are incorrect.
500,000.
You are incorrect. Keon?
I'll go
say 2.5 million.
Don't listen to him. Don't help him.
What? No. Like 15 million.
Keon closest without going over 50 million. 50 million cases of beer.
That's crazy. There's a lot of alcoholics in this country.
Oh, well, yeah. My people got here early in the 1900s. So, how much more beer is consumed on Super Bowl Sunday than the average day by percentage?
78%.
Ralph?
I'd say 200%.
You're incorrect.
I'll say 50%.
Randy gets the point. 90% more beer is consumed on Super Bowl Sunday than average days.
Thank you.
So, how many people you think will miss work the day after the game on Sunday? So, Monday, how many people in the country aren't showing up for work?
78%.
No. By actual number of people.
No. 78 million.
You are incorrect. Ralph?
I mean, if I add the 3 from the show,
4.
Carry the 1.
Carry the 1. 100,000.
Are you high?
Yeah, a little bit.
Keon?
2.5 million.
How about 18.8 million people? And how much money in lost productivity will there be because of this?
Oh, jeez.
42.8 million.
Ralph?
1.1 billion.
Keon?
20 million.
Try 9.2 billion.
Dang. I knew it'd be in the billions.
And that's just at Harman Solar.
Yes.
And finally, how much money, and I know we've said this on the show, will be legally wagered on the Super Bowl?
$50 billion.
You are incorrect. I said legally.
I would say 10 billion.
What say ye, Keon?
I'll go 15 billion.
Well, Randy actually gets that one because it's 1.3 billion. Wait, no, how many did he say? No, you're all over. Forget it. Nobody gets a point. Nobody gets a point.
$1.
Randy was like close to $1 trillion. I mean,
Yeah.
$1.
Randy was
You're all over.
Was over
$1.
It was $1.3 billion. All right. So Keon, who is the winner of the contest with no prize?
I am.
What do you mean you are?
Good. You get no prize.
Yeah, I'm not getting a prize for this. Yeah, I got 6. Ralph got 4. Randy got 4.
How did he get 6? A tie between Randy and
because
Ralph.
I priced this right.
I need a tiebreaker
3 times.
Well, I don't have any more questions.
You got to have a tiebreaker.
I got nothing.
Personal.
No tiebreaker. You guys are both losers equally.
How many games did it take the Diamondbacks to sweep the Dodgers in last year's NLCS? Go ahead, Ralph.
I don't want to
Give me
talk
that
fantasy. I want to talk reality.
Once you start talking about a sweep, it's pretty obvious, Randy.
How many games was that?
That's the thing is
Randy.
Randy doesn't mind losing. He just wants to hear Ralph say it.
All right, Ralph, you could win.
I don't have an answer.
If I answer this question,
And Ralph would rather tie.
Burn in hell, Dodgers.
Yeah.
Ralph would rather tie than say it.
I respect that.
I have a tiebreaker question, Randy.
Hmm.
Can you explain to me why the Dodger fan club is named Pantone 294? What does that mean?
I know why.
Come on, Randy.
Well, because that's the Pantone color of that horrible Dodger blue.
That's right. That's the Dodger blue cover. Pantone 294.
294 sucks. Henry says, fellas, in the military, day after Super Bowl is a holiday because too many soldiers would show up drunk or not at all. I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's true. Somebody send me something to prove that.
That's fine.
Against the Spread says, before I give out my Super Bowl pick, I have some solid advice. Stay away from these crazy Hail Mary prop bet parlays. Parlays are one of the biggest money makers for the sports books, and they're designed to fleece the public. Also, stay away from these garbage bets like coin toss and stupid ass kick of destiny thing. If you're going to lay money out there, be smart about it, like a business decision. Don't be some dipstick throwing crap at a wall, seeing what sticks. Hunt with a rifle, not a shotgun. Play smart and be responsible, people. All right. Well, Against the Spread has told us what not to do. Looking forward to what he tells us to do with his betting suggestions. Tiowa says, how much has definitely been the most frequently asked question in Vegas this week?
Oh, boy.
That's funny.
Oh, boy.
Swave Dave says, even if I had all the money I needed, I would not spend $10,000 in a ticket for the Super Bowl unless the Lions were in it. Yeah, there's always going to be an unless, but even if my Colts were in, I don't know if I would do it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not cheap. Don't get me wrong. I'll drop some money for something fun or something cool.
I
$10 grand a ticket.
I understand why you would want to be there to see it in person, but why? I mean, I tried to get in when the Diamondbacks were in the first World Series. I tried to get in when the Diamondbacks were in the second World Series. I would love to see them, but I'm not going to spend $10,000 for a ticket to go where there's 75,000 other people. A bunch of them are loons, and it's just going to be. I'm just going to watch from the comfort of my home.
If I win the lottery, we're all going. I'm getting a suite. So, Beer Bob says, "Hey Ralph, it's mozzarella. There's no T when you say it. When you say that like that, you sound like the annoying guy down the dial who doesn't know how to talk. He didn't say
what did I
T.
say?
I heard him say mozzarella. I never heard you say a T in mozzarella.
I didn't say a T.
That's might have been one of us because we're just used to saying it the American way. Ralph's the fascist Italian, not us.
Absolutely.
Kyle G says, not sure if you guys have covered the awards yet. Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we covered them
last hour.
Rewind the podcast. He says, but I'd like to nominate Fan of the Year winner Tom Grossi for Man of the Day. He has a great series called 30 in 30, which he visited all 30 stadiums in 30 days and raised over $500,000 for St. Jude's.
Well, I mean, okay. So, but what about me? I went on the air faithfully every week with my God, I don't understand why nobody nominates me for anything.
Because you yell about like high school kids getting streets named after them.
I don't yell about it. I just think it's participation trophy. That's all.
CK says, yes, Mel Keeper is a cracker. He means
What?
Mel Kiper.
Yeah, I think he means Mel Kiper. I don't
He
know.
is a cracker. Scratch Me Because says the gelato in Italy
What?
was absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's really sweet.
You would
Sure
hope
is,
anything
though.
Italian in Italy, they should be amazing. Don't you think? Should be
Well-
better than anything we have here. Berg says, oh, he's fighting words. Pizza in Belgium was better than the pizza in Italy, from my experience. Yeah, Berg needs to be deleted. Deleted.
Wow, Berg.
He says, no, Ralph said mozzarella when he was talking about pizza in Italy.
Mozzarella.
I don't know what to tell you on that one. Hour 3 is up next.
When my daughter gets a cold, I have a secret weapon. Dayquil Kids Berry from Vicks. Dayquil Kids is specially formulated to treat kids' most bothersome cold and cough symptoms quickly. And the best part is that Dayquil Kids Berry tastes really great. Aren't you supposed to be resting? Maybe.
Dayquil Kids Berry. The kids' berrylicious daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids. Medicine. Safe for kids 6 years plus.
Hi, this is Scott Trout at Cordell & Cordell. If you're a dad who is facing divorce, there are extra layers of stress that may include stereotypes and assumptions. No two situations are the same. Our legal experience and dedication prepare us for whatever legal challenges we face together. You need a partner you can count on. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has represented men in divorce.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Phoenix area attorneys. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in the zone.
So what if I need a new one? No problem. We have the right battery for your car, starting at only $89.99.
Get in the zone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Attention business owners, do you need zero money down financing on new or used equipment? Meet Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, your gateway to equipment financing that breaks the mold. JR Capital offers zero money down financing options on both new and used equipment, vehicles, heavy machinery, and more. It's a game changer, giving you the power to enhance your operations without slowing you down or denting your cash flow. Need a boost in working capital or a flexible line of credit? Dylan can help your business get the cash flow it needs fast. The process is a breeze too, with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us. And you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580 as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And right now, we are, well, we're talking about the Super Bowl, but we're going to get really deep into it in this hour. But I want to just take just a moment to check in on the Waste Management Phoenix Open. I think most everybody has had a chance to golf, and I think they're done. I think they're done for the day. But right now, up in first place is Andrew Novak. Andrew Novak, if I'm reading this correctly, is for round two. It's still it's still in progress, but right now he's in the lead. I'm looking at this. Oh no, there's more guys with some more tee times too.
Yeah, they had to finish round one, and then about 2 o'clock this afternoon, they started round two, and it's probably going to go this way for the rest of the season. So
what happened?
The rest of the tournament?
Sahith Theegala, he's dropped down, tied for 14th, and so I guess he didn't do so well today.
Well, at one point he was in second place.
So. Oh, hold on. No, it says 6:06 p.m. So I guess, has he not golfed yet, or I'm confused by?
He's probably not gone off on his second round. Like I said, they had to finish the first round.
Okay.
And they had to move on to the second round. So
I'm trying to decipher what some of this is saying. I don't think
you tee at 6:06. That's already dark.
The only person I see that has a second round score is Sam Ryder with a 72. All the other ones, I guess, must still be in progress. Oh, I see. Yeah. They're still going through, so there's no scores yet. But this is kind of horrible. I should have gone to PGA.com. Anyway, so right now, here's what it is. You got Andrew Novak in first. Nick Taylor is right behind him. Maverick McNeely, Kurt Kitayama, Doug Gim, Charlie Hoffman, Scotty Scheffel, Justin Thomas.
Nick Taylor, the guy that won the Canadian Open and won it in dramatic fashion, he had a 60 in his first round. Yeah, I mean, he nearly shot a 59. Yeah. He had a couple of heartbreakers, but the bottom line is he's been having a good day. So that's a guy that you're going to kind of want to watch as it goes on. They're expecting rain tomorrow. I don't know when. They're talking about some afternoon rain. So I think these guys will be out early on the course should there not be any fog or anything like that. That was one of the holdups today. There was fog, a dense fog out there in the on the course, and they couldn't tee off, so they had to wait the fog out. And then they've had a good day today. The problem is the rain's coming back tomorrow, or it's expected. And then on Sunday should be clear and sunny, and they might play 2 rounds on Sunday, or they might split it up and do the final round on Monday morning. So.
Yeah, this whole thing is probably going to get finished on Monday in some way, some fashion, because it rains again. It's just going to do this again. So T-Licious says, I'm going to miss talking football with you guys after the Niners win the Super Bowl Sunday. Guess we'll figure something else out to talk about. Yeah, I appreciate your confidence. We'll give our picks a little bit later in the show. Glendale Runner says, Day 2, Phoenix Open update. Round 1 play wrapped up at 2 p.m. The mammalian protuberances. He's talking about boobs. We're out in full force. The skirts were a lot shorter than Thursday. Witnessed altercation between 2 drunks exiting. Multiple slip and slides in the muddy turf.
Yeah.
I feel like Glendale Runner's going there for the people watching. I feel like that's his thing.
It could be.
He actually goes, and the first thing he does is he orders a giant bucket of popcorn. And then he puts his lawn chair down, not to face the course, but just everybody walking by.
He's not the only one. Slave Dave says, please pour me a tall one. I'll make my bold prediction right now. Kansas City Chiefs 27, San Francisco 49ers 23.
Wow.
Says Slave Dave.
I think it's going to be a close one too. Yeah, that's a good one, Slave Dave.
Manitoban Moose says he still likes his idea of having the Phoenix Open with lights and glowing golf balls. Golf needs to join the 21st century and play with some lights.
Don't the South Koreans, some of the South Korean courses have lights and, high visibility balls?
Canadians
I think so.
do.
I don't know about the Canadians, but I think in South Korea, you can play golf at night.
So before we talk about the players and the coaches and the stuff like that, can I just take a moment to share with you an experience that I had not last weekend, but the weekend before. And my wife and I are just finishing up watching the AFC and the NFC championship.
Was this that incident you told me about a backdoor taco again?
No, it had nothing to do with the taco.
All right.
Anyway, so we're talking, and I had this sudden realization, and I couldn't talk for a moment. And she's like, "What's wrong, honey? What's wrong?" And I'm like, and she's like, "What is it? What is?" I said, "CBS." And she's like, "Okay, well, what's wrong with CBS? You don't understand. Super Bowl is on CBS. It means Jim Nantz is calling the Super Bowl." She's like, "You like Jim Nantz?" He's like,
"Yeah."
I mean, Tony Romo's going to be on it too. We got to listen to Tony Romo for the entire game of the Super Bowl.
And that's bad?
Yes.
Would you rather listen to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman?
No.
But it's never going to be on ESPN, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, you say never. Uh-huh.
I'm saying never because that's what I hope.
So
let me manifest a little bit.
So is this better than Troy Aikman and
yeah.
Joe Buck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just here's the thing. I would have rather you had a lot of other guys on that game, to be honest.
Right. So who are your broadcast teams to put on the air? Then?
Anybody but Joe Buck.
So you would think
Tony Romo. You want
Buck?
people to kill themselves. Put Joe Buck and Tony Romo together. See how quick the population diminishes then.
Rapidly, I'm going to assume.
You got Jim Nantz, though. You got Jim Nantz, one of the great all-time broadcasters.
Yeah, but it's not enough. Not enough to offset how annoying Tony Romo's gotten lately.
Oh,
and I'm not saying that to be cool or hip or trendy. I'm saying it because he's damn annoying. And I didn't need any Twitters or any stories or anybody else critiquing. It's my wife and I sitting there watching this going, I wish he'd shut the hell up. And my wife even was like, who is that? Why is he talking?
Would you like Chris Collinsworth? Now here's a guy.
I would rather have Chris Collinsworth.
No kidding.
And Mike Tirico.
Chris
No
Collinsworth
kidding.
is
Wow.
at least Tony Romo
Now,
doesn't sound like
here's
he's
a guy that
prepared
can
for some
catch
of
the
these games
football
anymore,
with
man.
2 hands. You
Occasionally,
would like to
Chris
have
says
that?
some dumb stuff, but a lot of times he says
Now-
some pretty good stuff.
Now here's a guy that's in the National Football League.
It's not
really,
all he
Chris?
says.
You idiot! Really?
He actually has some pretty good insight. To be fair on that, but no, okay. So everybody's like, "Oh, you're too hard on the Tony Romo." No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
No.
And CBS Sports president Sean McManus, he came out and then somebody was like talking to him about Tony Romo, and he's like, I think I think this is an important game for Tony. He says, I do believe that because some of the criticism, most of which I think is undeserved, but I think it's an important game for him no matter what. That's kind of telling. Like the sports president is like, yeah, let's see how he does on this. But he says, I think if people really listen to Tony, he's not your meat and potatoes analyst. He's more of a fan. He gets excited. Sometimes we say to him, hey, calm down a little bit there. You're really too much into the game there, which I think is a plus. Oh, yeah, this guy is so full of crap.
Do you think that people dislike Tony Romo because he gets excited? That's not.
No.
That has got nothing to do with it. What is he saying?
Dumb crap he said.
So
Yeah.
are you guys going to listen though that Chris Collinsworth just slobber and
I would rather hear that because in
all
between
over
some
Patrick
of that,
Mahomes talking about
I would
Patrick
rather
Mahomes'
have
history
that because in between that, he does have a lot of good insight into the structure of the play and what the players are doing.
Here's a guy, Travis
Which
Kelce,
Romo used to
who
do.
would not even have a career if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes. Who could walk on
No,
water,
I've
by the way.
never heard
Did
him
I
say
tell you
that.
that Patrick Mahomes could walk on water? Did I tell you that?
I'm not going to
when you find
Chris
the clip
Collinsworth.
that he where he said that, then we'll.
But he's not that bad. I mean, there's times where I get annoyed with him too a little bit. I'm just like, ugh. But outside of that, I would rather have Chris Collinsworth than Tony Romo.
Wow.
I am going to
because Romo will be saying stuff sometimes nothing to do with the game. Like, what are we even talking about?
And you think Collinsworth does better than that?
Yes, because you might not like how much he cozies up to Patrick Mahomes or, says very obvious things. He is at least talking about football.
Cozy's up. He's spooning with Patrick Mahomes, and it's quite frankly sick.
Okay, but that's not different from
Patrick
what
Mahomes likes to
people.
wear his jammy pants to bed. I mean, who cares?
People have done this with Tom Brady. When you have a quarterback that's that good, people do that sometimes. It is what it is.
I mean, if two men want
but if
huddle,
if you're talking about, because you know what, if you're talking about Patrick Mahomes, you're still talking about football. That's all I want. Keep your focus on the football.
Who cares?
Tell me what happened.
I would rather rather have Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner.
I mean, that's the preferred thing, but like it's just to me, I don't have the all 22. Okay. You have that angle as the play-by-play guy and the color commentator. You tell me the hell is happening.
I'd rather have Peyton Manning and Eli sitting on the couch there. I'd rather have
at least I'll know what's going on.
I mean, the worst play-by-play for me is Nero, but what his name is, Spiro Dides, who occasionally calls a Colts game, and I just want to just jump through the TV screen and beat the hell out of him.
Spiro Agnew?
Spiro Dides. And I don't know who the other guy is, but he can rot in hell too. I'm just tired of those guys calling my Colts game.
It seems like to me, I want to hear an impartial call of a football game.
You're not going to get that from Tony Romo either.
Have you been listening to Romo?
You're not going to get that from Collinsworth.
Okay, you're not. So you're not getting an impartial call from either person.
When the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals and they got their ass kicked, it was still all about the Cowboys. Still all about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys.
And you can say all of that stuff. Just tell me what happened in the play. I don't want anything else.
Thank you.
And sometimes Tony Romo doesn't
good at this. You know.
Okay, so I did see Tom Brady talk about some things that annoy him about watching modern quarterbacks play. And if Tom Brady's going to be a hater like that, I'm excited to see that. Because if he's just going to be old man, like, I can't believe he did that. He should have done this. I'm here for that. That sounds fun to me.
Yeah, like the first year of Tony Romo was actually pretty good because he had a lot of good insight and he wasn't sitting there trying to say stupid crap all the time. And then after his connection to the game diminished, his commentary became less about the football and more like the president of CBS says, it becomes more about the game. So, I'm just being told this just in. Oh, thank you, honey. Anyway, so
she gave you a note there.
Yeah. Oh, I left a couple of pages on the printer there. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So at first, Tony Romo was pretty good, but then I don't know. Maybe at first, like Keon says, Tom Brady he'll be bitchy and he'll say some stuff, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe he said that. But then somebody's gonna work with him, and he'll get all kind of boring again. And then his connection to the game as time goes by. So I thought it was a huge mistake for him to wait a year. He should have jumped right in there. Right at that moment while the game was fresh, and everybody would have been like, oh my God, he has so much insight, like they said for Tony Romo at first.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it is, and then, look, I am just guessing. I don't know. But like Tony Romo didn't seem like he was doing as much of the homework that you need to do to come into this, to stay relevant, to stay up to it. Because, John Madden, obviously the greatest color analyst on TV in the history of the game. And the further he got away from the game, the more he seemed to still know because he was still connected. He still went out of his way. That was the priority. And you don't always get that from Romo, in my opinion.
Berg says there's a station called 1580 The Fanatic, has all the NFL games. Yeah. And listen, if we could sync it up correctly, I would. If I had the ability to, how you pause one and you just wait till the other one syncs up, I would absolutely 100% do that. For Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner. I don't know how to do that.
The hell's going on, Ralph?
Nothing.
Sound like somebody clipping their fingernails or something.
What's going on, Ralph?
Oh my gosh, you guys are going on and on about this. I'm falling asleep. Because I don't care who does the game. I just watch the game. It doesn't matter who's announcing it.
Yeah, see, it matters to me. So I guess
you guys are just too much into. I don't know. I'm just sitting here listening.
It's you know what it is. If I notice them, then I'm annoyed. You know what I'm saying? If it's a boring play-by-play guy, like Ralph says, I don't care who's calling it. As long as, there's just some basic information, I'm watching the game. The problem is a guy like Tony Romo starts trying to get funny, or if he starts trying to whatever, and he starts trying to talk some stupid crap, then
I
it
don't know.
then it registers and it's annoying.
I don't know.
I just don't let it bother me. I mean, I just guys
guess-
like Randy, Cardinal fans are going to sit there and they get pissed because Romo's going to talk about the Cowboys the whole time, even though they lose. I get that, but I don't really care.
I guess for me, what I'm looking for from the broadcast, specifically from the color commentator, is, something I can't tell from looking at my TV from my couch. I don't have that angle.
good luck.
And I like, well, that's the thing is I
we
I
need to
get that
that
stuff
guy,
from Collinsworth. I get that, like,
No, from Collinsworth? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
If this guy was a little more about like Patrick Mahomes, he would be a pretty good football player. Are you kidding me? He's got Patrick Mahomes down his throat. Are you kidding me?
all I'm saying
right
is
now?
when he
God,
draws
everything
up,
he talks about is that if that defense was about Patrick Mahomes,
When-
as good as Patrick Mahomes, that would be a good defense.
when
then.
there's a big play that happens, he's really good at telling you why it happened.
Patrick
all I want.
Mahomes could have made that catch.
Swave Dave says, does it make you miss the good old days with Dandy Don and Howard Cosell? Yeah, a little bit.
That I enjoyed.
Yeah. Harry Soap
Howard
says,
Cosell.
nobody wants Chris, Mr. Hyperbole Collinsworth doing football. Sincerely, most viewers. T-Licious says, pencil neck Collinsworth, and I can't say Tony Romo the way you want me to, are why broadcasts exist. Niner 1680 says, can we get a AI to call the game, like Madden and Summerall? An
There we
AI
go.
version of Pat
That'd be really
Summerall
cool.
and John Madden doing every game would be okay by me.
There we
That'd
go.
be good. With
There
Cosell.
we go.
With Cosell.
Lacrosse guy says Ross Tucker is awesome. I have no idea who
Who?
that is. I don't know. No idea. Kiss the Cook says there was a female patron at the Phoenix Open Wednesday. Her skirt was so tiny you could almost see her birth certificate. I guess the spread says, yeah, there was frost on the course. Oh, really? Yeah. So, he says that's why they had a late tee time. Fiagallo won't even tee off today because his tee time was at sunset. This thing might have to finish on Monday. I like Scotty Scheffler to come back to the win. By the way, you can play golf under the lights at night in Tempe at the old Rolling Hills course if you like.
Really?
And he says, you guys are being too hard on Tony Romo. He's a good dude and a well-grounded man. I played college football with him at EIU. I can't let you guys trash him. He's way better commentator than Chris Collinsworth. I'm not trashing Tony Romo, the person. I'm just saying when he does the play-by-play, he's annoying.
And no one's saying he's not a bad. No one's saying he's a bad guy. no one said that at all.
Yeah, I'm not saying like he's got bodies under the porch or nothing. Quiet Cannon says, Jeffco, turn on the radio 1580 for the Super Bowl. Have your earbuds in your ears so you got screen and you got audio. Yeah, but you got to sync them up. You got to sync up the audio with what's going on the screen. If you can, then yeah, you're golden. I might give it a shot. Hefty Lefty says, I wonder if Tom Brady will have the same visible agony when a quarterback makes a dumb play like Peyton does on the Manning cast. That's the funniest part of those games.
I'm excited to see it because on his podcast when he was losing his mind at guys not being able to change the play when they notice, oh, that's a cover 3, not a cover 2, and and they run and everybody says it's a good play, and I'm like, that's awful. That I want to hear Tom Brady say that
Probably will.
many times. Yeah. Looking
Hurry
forward to it.
Harry says, hey, I just joined in. Ralph's on the day. Let's talk Seahawks. So
let's do that.
There's nothing to talk about.
No, there's a lot to talk about.
CK says,
Yeah,
I wonder. No, I'm not doing that, CK. Desert Viking says, quit hating on Tony Romo. Again, I'm not hating. I just don't like how he does the thing. He says, I don't like listening to the guy either, but you're looking at this the wrong way. After those Joe Buck comments, I think it's clear that CBS is giving him his final send-off before he goes up to the spaceship with Taylor and Travis Swift at halftime. We won't have to hear this guy in the air again after Sunday. We don't need to give Romo his flowers, but we can at least maybe just get him a dandelion. None of what you said makes any kind of sense, but I agree. Randy's Chuckle says, for a funny alt sports spitting chicklets is doing next Wednesday's Penguins-Panthers game. Keep napkins handy. You'll be spitting beer out. I've heard about that. I've never seen it. Lacrosse guy says, Ross with Harlan a lot on your radio station. What? You talking about Ross? Ross Tucker.
Ross.
So Kevin Harlan and Ross Tucker when I guess Kurt Warner can't be there. T-Licious says, I miss Al Michaels, Gifford, and Deerdorf. And Hurry Harry wants a weather forecast. How quick can you give me a weather forecast?
Well, I mean, I could give you a pretty quick damn weather forecast from the Harman Solar 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Randy White coming at you live. Currently, 58 degrees outside under mostly clear skies. No real rain or radar that's showing any rain in the forecast anywhere. We're going to have a wind gusts of about 6 miles an hour out of the west. The wind currently at 3 miles an hour. Sunset tonight is 6:08. So you've got a little time. Visibility is 22 miles. Humidity at 45%. And the relative barometric pressure at 29.95 and falling. I got to tell you, Jeffco, tomorrow they're expecting rain, 57 for the high, 62 on Sunday, and sunshine all the way through next Sunday, where it will be 73. From the Harman Solar 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. Harry Soap says, you know what? Come to think of it, doesn't matter who's doing the game. My wife is going to ask a bunch of questions about the game on every other play, yet she'll be totally quiet during halftime. We've all been there, my friend.
No, she's watching John Legend. So.
We've all been there. Is he on the broadcast?
No, it's Usher.
Oh, it's on
halftime.
I thought it was. I'm sorry. I thought it was John Legend. Sorry.
They're kind of the same.
She'll be watching Usher.
Are they?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they are. Yeah. I think they're stamped out of the same piece of chocolate. There. You know, that sexy chocolate.
Okay, we're taking a break. It's Daily Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Free air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 juicy boneless pork chops with your order. OmahaSteaks.com/VSIN. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes is the odds favorite to win the Super Bowl MVP. He is at plus 150. Mahomes trying to become just the 5th quarterback in NFL history to win 3 or more Super Bowls. San Francisco QB Brock Purdy is at plus 210. San Francisco running back Christian McCaffrey, who was voted the AP Offensive Player of the Year, is at plus 450. Kansas City tight end Travis Kelce plus 1,400 to win the MVP. San Francisco wide receiver Deebo Samuel plus 2,500. And Kansas City running back Isaiah Pacheco is also at plus 2,500. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harman Solar today. Harman Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harman Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189 or go to harmansolar.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone.
So what if I need a new one? No problem. We have the right battery for your car, starting at only $89.99.
Get in the zone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, and the gamesmanship is starting to wear on the 49ers. I told you yesterday how somebody set off the fire alarm at the 49ers hotel at 6 a.m., and I guess Bosa and McCaffrey both not thrilled about that, but they got the right attitude. They're like, yeah, we know it's on purpose. We know something's going on. So I don't know if any more of that has happened or not, but 49ers have all the excuses that they are going to need already racked up. People were harassing them at the hotel. Oh, we had to deal with the practice facilities, but Chris McCaffrey, to his credit, is saying all the right things. He's saying, doesn't matter. He says, that's not my concern. My concern is my job. I got to be focused on my job, and everybody's got to be focused on their job, and that's all that you need to be doing. So I don't think the players will use these as excuses, the practice field and the getting woke up at the hotel, but the 49er fans will, at such a time that the 49ers do lose. Chad Ochocinco, did you hear what he said? He said he's not even playing. He said he's going to give up McDonald's, he's going to give up his wife, and he's going to give up sex if the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl. That's how confident he is that the Chiefs are going to win. He says, I'll divorce my wife, I'll give up sex for a year, and I will never eat at McDonald's again.
Which is huge for him because that man eats at McDonald's for every meal. And I'm not joking. He has said that's his favorite thing to eat.
Like, Chad, I don't care what you do. I mean,
I wouldn't write that check because if you have to cash it later, you're not gonna like that. You're not gonna stop having sex just because the Chiefs lost. Stop it.
If I'm his wife, you just file immediately because
why even put that on the line?
Right. And if he's married, he's already given up sex for a year. And as far as McDonald's goes, it's gotten so damn expensive, and it's not like he's got a lot of money. So, anyways,
he has a lot of money.
Just a dumb thing. Not if he keeps eating McDonald's.
He has a lot of money.
He has spent all of it at McDonald's. He's got no money left.
I disagree with that.
I don't know. By the way, so there's 4 people alive. 4 alive who've been to every Super Bowl since it started.
Really?
4.
Only 4. Okay.
Yeah, there were 5, but then Norma Hunt, the wife of Lamar Hunt, died. So then that brought the number. The other guy, he won't be at the Super Bowl this time. Chrisman Eaton. I'm sorry. That's not his name. George Toma, the guy who worked on the fields for 57 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And after that last year's debacle, he's like, I'm too old for this crap.
Yeah. When he had a way to grow the grass and then they ignored him.
Yep. He's like, I'm done with you effers. Look at that mess. I'm not going to get blamed for this. So now there's only 3 guys left, and these guys are old friends. They're fans. Don Chrisman, Gregory Eaton, and Tom Henschel. They've all 3 together been to every single Super Bowl ever, and they're going to be at the Super Bowl this Sunday. And these guys are like in their 80s. And I'm just thinking, wow, they also must be rich. How are the hell are
every single year?
I know, every year you're going to the Super Bowl. I mean, they're like, well, we share packages of top ramen every other day so we can afford it. They're in their 80s, man. But they're like, yeah, we've got plans to do 2 more after that and make it at least 60 before we even think about giving up. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing right there.
All right.
No, I thought you were going to say something there.
No, I'm just all right.
Okay. Anyway, so those three guys, when they go to this Super Bowl, will be the only human beings that have been to every single Super Bowl since it happened. I hope they keep that streak going.
That's cool. I remember there was like a commercial about them when I was in high school, probably. It's a long time ago. And they were like, the fact that they're still doing it is pretty cool. I do like that.
So, remember I talked to you guys the other day. I said, Christian McCaffrey's mom, Lisa, was complaining like, well, Mr. Moneybags over there is not getting his ticket. So I guess we're not going to have a suite or nothing at the Super Bowl there. And then Olivia Culpo, she stepped up. She's like, okay, that's my future mother-in-law, and I'm winning this. And so she's like, I'm buying you a suite. And that shut the mom up, right? Yeah. And so now I was like, props to Olivia Culpo, never having to put up with that. Well, now Christian McCaffrey has come out and said, yeah, she did try to do that, but I'm not letting anybody pay to watch me play, so I had to nix that. So Christian McCaffrey actually stepped in and stopped her from buying his mom that box. I'm like, why would you do that? She won. Olivia Culpo beat the mother-in-law at her own game, and now you've completely I think Olivia Culpo is about to dump Christian McCaffrey now. He doesn't understand how important that was, that he won that she won that. Then that Lisa McCaffrey would have nothing to ever say to Olivia Culpo again, and now Christian McCaffrey's just gone and ruined it. There's no way they get married now, right?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I just don't think that that's what their relationship hinges on. If it does, wasn't a great relationship. So dodged a bullet for both of them.
Is the mom not going now?
Well, she's going to be sitting in a regular seat like Donna Kelsey if she does.
Lady. I mean, that's.
Oh, yeah, I know. You're in a $10,000 seat. Shut up. Right?
Right?
But man, Olivia Culpo had just pulled the perfect anti-mother-in-law move. I'm just saying, Christian McCaffrey, I think he has made a huge mistake. Anybody who's married, see, my mother-in-law who recently passed, she was a wonderful woman. She was nice. She would never have been like Lisa McCaffrey or anything. And everybody's mother-in-law experiences will vary, and so will the experiences of your wives. But when there is this sort of a person involved, she won that, and he just took it away from her.
I mean, good for him.
She will remember this.
She might, but it's going to go back. It's going to blow back on him. It's not going to be anything.
Oh, guess what? It's going to blow back on him either way. Let's see. Blow back on me because my mom just got shut down by my wife, former Miss Universe. That's the blowback, or I no longer get to have sex with the former Mrs. Universe. You see what I'm saying? Which one would you rather have to deal with?
Depends.
The one where your wife is happy?
Yeah. You want the one where your wife is happy.
You don't want your mom happy?
Sure, you can make your mom happy another way.
You can make your mom happy, but your mom's happiness is not more important than your wife's.
Another wife. You just can't get another mom.
Ralph, I already know that.
You can get another wife, but I'm hoping that the person I'm going to marry is not the kind of person that I can just frivolously replace and not feel anything. I
get it. You're young. You'll figure it out. But anyway, you can get another wife.
The way you're describing it, I might not get married. You have not ever come on this show and said anything about marriage.
I would
suggest
that I would want Jeffrey about this. He's an expert. Don't talk to me. I've been married too long.
Well, Ralph is Italian, so of course, his mom is. His mom is the top woman on the totem pole.
You don't piss your mom off.
No, you don't. And listen, I love my mom. I respect my mom. I take good care of my mom's not the kind of mother-in-law who would act like Lisa McCaffrey. So I would never have to worry about this sort of thing. Past mother-in-laws, though, I understand what Olivia Culpo needs to do here. And he just took her legs out from under her.
Yeah, well, because he's like, look, we already have tickets provided. These tickets cost thousands upon thousands of dollars. People would kill to be in those seats. You are already in the building. Just watch me play. Don't make this about you. I'm in the Super Bowl. Watch me. I don't think that that's wrong.
I mean, how long ago was she Miss Universe?
I think you got to be. I think you got to be true to yourself. Well, I mean,
get another one.
He's pretty young, and I don't think that those.
He does have a contract that gets a new Miss Universe.
Get a
if he
newer
really
model. Yeah, I
wants,
mean,
yeah.
just, you know.
Again,
thanks for your
if this is a
service.
person you plan on marrying, and they are just a replaceable part
ain't
to
getting
you,
married.
guess what? You weren't. That person wasn't for you, man.
They're not getting married anymore after you cut her legs out. Hurry Harry says, great move on Olivia's part. Sustainable move for the future. Yeah, it would have been. Beer Bob says, old number 85 estimated to be worth about 15 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Who's 85? Who are you talking about, Beer Bob? Who are you talking about? Oh, Ocho Cinco still has 15 million. Yeah,
Well,
but he had 180 before he went to McDonald's.
Well, first off, I don't think that that's true. Secondly,
No,
he
it's complete- I'm
was
just making
actually.
stuff up.
I actually watched this interview he had where somebody was like, "Hey, it says your net worth is this," and he's like, "Oh, that lies all the time. I have way more money than that." And then he showed the guy one of his accounts, and he was like, "Is this more than what they say my net worth is?" And the guy was like, "Yes." He got a lot of money. Don't worry about Ocho.
Should have pulled the gun out.
He's good. I mean, I don't know.
Desert Viking says, thanks again for getting me through my week. 3 p.m. is quickly becoming my favorite time of the workday. Hope you guys have a fantastic Super Bowl Sunday. I will see you on Monday morning in Scottsdale to pick up my car. Go Aliens. Yeah, I've told this guy that if the aliens come and levitate Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce off the field, that I will give him a car.
Wow.
I'll give him a car because it's not happening.
You never know.
CK says, Jeffrey, we understand you let your wife run everything. But yeah, take a look at her. Of course I do. Chris McCaffrey's clearly the leader in the relationship, and his fiance followed. Listen, she has her own money, and he has his own money.
He is as replaceable to her as she is to him.
Absolutely.
I think it's his family, and so when he said no, she was like, okay.
You know, if they do break up, she should immediately go and get with the guy who plays Jack Reacher on Amazon, because then she say, look, bigger, better version of you. Wow. Because he does. He looks a lot like Christian McCaffrey.
He does look like the mini me of that guy. Yeah.
All right. So, boy, we were running out of time here. I've got so much stuff we didn't get a chance to talk about. But here's what we will do. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we will make our Super Bowl picks. And hopefully we can get through this one pick before the end of the show.
I have my doubts.
Yeah, no, me too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters. And that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Phoenix area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the LifeMD platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply at lifemd.com. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid C-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
If you've struggled for years to lose weight and have given up hope, did you know you can now access GLP-1 prescription medications through LifeMD? LifeMD is now offering eligible patients online access to GLP-1s, the breakthrough prescription medication that can help you lose body fat and weight. Listen to what people are saying.
It's fun to put on jeans that you couldn't get into 6 months ago. Every morning, I look forward to getting on the scale.
For anybody who's struggling with their weight, it's a godsend.
And here's the best part. Your insurance may cover 100% of the cost of your medication. So go to trylifemd.com to have your eligibility checked right now. Get started today at trylifemd.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
Attention business owners, do you need zero money down financing on new or used equipment? Meet Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, your gateway to equipment financing that breaks the mold. JR Capital offers zero money down financing options on both new and used equipment, vehicles, heavy machinery, and more. It's a game changer, giving you the power to enhance your operations without slowing you down or denting your cash flow. Need a boost in working capital or a flexible line of credit? Dylan can help your business get the cash flow it needs fast. The process is a breeze too with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
The Renaissance Festival is back.
Weekends now through March 31st. Great shopping, a giant crafts market, new shows featuring seafarings, mermaids, and merriment.
Non-stop feasting and more.
The Renaissance Festival is back.
Weekends now through March 31st. Discount tickets available at Bashes and Food City or ArizonaRenfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashes, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the six-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and of course the Super Bowl is on Sunday, heard here on 1580 The Fanatic. Broadcast starts at noon. We got a bunch of pregame for you. We got tons of pregame, 4.5 hours worth of stuff for you with Scott Graham, Ross Tucker, Kurt Warner, Jason McCourty, Devin McCourty, Mike Golick, of course Kevin Harlan, and a whole bunch more. The broadcast for the game proper starts at 3 p.m., but the kickoff should be about 4:30 p.m. So join us for that if you're in between driving around trying to get to your Super Bowl party. It's time now to do our Super Bowl picks. It's our last pick of the year for the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest. Down to Choro, and Germ is good 20 for the top prize, Fighting Wampa trying to get in there and get the second place prize. Well, let's go ahead and make our predictions. Keon, let's go ahead and hear yours first. Will it be the San Francisco 49ers or the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, this is a matchup with two great defenses, but it's interesting because their strengths aren't in the same place. I think that the Chiefs have the better the better passing defense. They do the most in terms of slowing quarterbacks down in the air. And the Niners have the better rushing defense. But the Chiefs are actually the worst rushing team of the two, and the Niners are the worst passing team of the two. So it seems like the strengths are actually lining up here to where whoever breaks on that first is going to have an advantage in this game. I also think that when it comes to rushing the football, throughout the year, I think the Niners have been the far better team, but the Chiefs have done a fantastic job in this postseason of getting the ball to Pacheco, of establishing the run with him, and then opening up a whole lot of things that they can do with Patrick Mahomes. This one's going to be, it's going to be really, really close. But I think pressure is going to be the name of the game, getting to Brock Purdy or getting to Patrick Mahomes, depending on which side of the ball you're on. And that's why I'm leaning towards the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are second in the league in sacks. And getting to Purdy, I think, is going to be absolutely important, because if you can get to Purdy, you disrupt a lot of what San Francisco wants to do.
All right. So, Randy, will it be a close game, or do you think it'll be more of a blowout? Who do you have with the Chiefs and the 49ers?
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think these are the two best teams. They made it to the final game, the championship game. And everybody's talking about Kansas City and what kind of wisdom and what kind of experience Kansas City has. And Patrick Mahomes is the second coming of the Messiah. And Travis Kelce is going to, they're talking about Travis Kelce is going to propose on a Kansas City win. And Andy Reid is, oh my God, Andy Reid, he takes ketchup on his cheeseburgers. I'm so tired of hearing about that. You know what? Nobody has given any props or respect to the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm a guy, and you know this, Jeffco, you know this, Ralph, you know this, Keon. I'm not a guy that's going to take a NFC West divisional foe and wish well upon them, but I'm going to take the damn 49ers. You know why? because the 49ers are the team nobody is talking about. Nobody is talking about except, oh, they're whining about their surface at their practice facility. Oh, they have all this. You know what? I think 49ers going to come out there ready to go. I think they're going to be calm. I think Brock Purdy is going to be calm, cool, and collected. And I think you're going to see this team win. It's going to be close, in my opinion. I think it's going to be something like, 35, 32, something like that. I think it's going to be high scoring. But I think ultimately, at the end of this game, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to walk off, and it's going to be the San Francisco 49ers to get the Super Bowl trophy. That's my pick.
All right. Well, Ralph, you hate the 49ers. You got T-shirts that state just as much. You have taken 49ers on by the horns on many occasions. But this ain't about hate. This is about who's going to win and who's going to lose. So do you have to eat some 49er crow, or are you going to stay on the 49ers ain't winning to nothing bandwagon and pick the Chiefs? Who do you got?
Well, I mean, I've really looked at this game, and everything that Keon just said about the stats is so correct, and I get where Randy's coming from. But I think in this game, especially with the Chiefs, you got to throw the season away because they're just not the same team that were in the season. It's a different Chiefs team in the playoffs. So you have to look at them that way. And when I look at the Chiefs in the playoffs, what I see is a team that can run the ball well. Pacheco's been out of his mind, and Mahomes has been Brady-esque, right? He's Mahomes.
Yeah.
The Niners have won very close games. You can't take that away from them, but they've kind of, they've gotten a little lucky, and you need to get lucky to win a Super Bowl. It's part of it. But they're loaded. It's a great team, completely loaded. So when I look at what I want to do, I'm pulling for a tie because I don't want either team to win.
You can't have a tie. You have to pick one.
No, I want a tie because I don't want either team winning.
You
And I
can
don't
want it. You can want it as bad as you want.
That is what I want.
The NFL rule book does not allow for a tie in the postseason. You got to pick somebody.
If you want me to really pick somebody, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm pulling for a tie no matter what you say or what the NFL says.
Pull for whatever you want, but who do you think is actually capable?
There could be an earthquake.
Winning?
There could be a storm that comes. Something could happen.
That would be
Blow that place away, and nobody gets a damn ring. Anyway,
yeah.
If I got to pick somebody, though, based on everything I just said, I'm still pulling for that tie, though. But if I got to pick somebody, I've got to pick the Chiefs because I just think they're just better and they're more equipped to win this game. And the way they're playing in the playoffs just reminds me too much of Tom Brady and those Patriot teams. And I just think that's what's going to happen.
So, yeah, looking at this thing. So I am either going to be the tie maker or the tie breaker, because Randy's got the 49ers and Ralph and Keon have the Chiefs. So I'm either going to make it a tie or I'm going to make sure there is no tie. Again, when you look at these two teams, this should be a pretty close game. It should be that there's lots of pluses and minuses that counteract each team. These teams are just perfectly way better suited to play each other than they were the last time they did. This time, defense to offense, offense to defense. They've got a lot of weapons on the 49ers offense, and the 49ers defense ain't bad. The Chiefs offense is fallible. You can get to Patrick Mahomes. You can shake those guys up. Is he going to do some magic? Probably, but I'm just saying. And the defense for the Chiefs, that is solid. But they're gettable. They're gettable for a quarter or two. And if you can do enough damage in the time where you kind of have them guessing, you might be able to win this thing. But I'm going to have to give this to the Chiefs. It all comes down to experience. Andy Reid, nobody's more experienced in the playoffs and in a Super Bowl right now. Patrick Mahomes, he's been there, seen that, done that. So is Travis Kelce. Isaiah Pacheco still running like the angriest man you've ever seen run a ball. Rashee Rice got stepped on in practice, but he's going to be fine. He has come into his own. The only downside is Tooney. They have declared him officially out. He will not play in the Super Bowl. So that left guard missing is a little concerning, but Patrick Mahomes can get by and be fine. I hope Brock Purdy has a great game. I hope he has the kind of game that shuts up all the critics so they all stop calling him just a game manager. But then again, what's wrong with being a game manager? Even he himself's like, I'm not even offended by that. That means when I go out there, I'm not making mistakes. when I go out there, I'm not turning the ball over. When I go out there, I'm making sure that the team is doing what the team needs to do. This kid's got his head so firmly on his shoulders, you can't help but have respect for him. But team to team, the Chiefs, right now, at this moment, they're still the better team, and they are the team that's going to win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
No.
And I'm not 1,000,000% confident in this pick, and neither of you guys should be either.
I'm not.
But you got to take the new Patriots. And that's what they are. They're the new Patriots.
Yep.
And here, you know how because I started hearing people saying, not those guys again. Well, that's what we said about the Patriots all those years. Trust me. This Chiefs team, if they can keep their core together, the more important people together, specifically more than anything, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, these are the new Patriots. If you don't like it, get a team up that can take them out. You know, I mean, remember Eli Manning and the Giants? They did it a couple times. Yep. So it's not impossible. Anyway, so that's it. I'm taking the Chiefs, but I'm really hoping, you know what? I think that's what's going to be happening in my head. I'm taking the Chiefs to win, but I'm going to be rooting on Brock Purdy to win the damn thing. I want to see the local kid do good. That way, Randy will never scream about him getting a street named after him again, if nothing else. Against the spread has his pick. Ooh, we might make money off of his pick. He says, I've been studying the numbers, and here is my pick for Sunday. Kansas City has the edge in coaching and the quarterback position. Kansas City is also battle tested, and they're familiar in the big game. San Francisco is a very good team, but is barely scraped by the NFC North. And both teams they played in the playoffs gave the game away to the Niners.
True.
I do believe the field service could be an issue, so forget about the over and under. My pick is Kansas City +2 because the game might come down to a kick. Vegas is giving you 2 points on the defending champ, so you take that. And there you go. That is the word from our friend against the spread. So are you guys looking forward to the game?
I am.
Are you excited about the game?
Yeah.
I am, because I'm not 100% sure. That's the thing I like the most about this. This is one of those games where could go either way. Other Super Bowls you watch, you have to convince yourself, well, maybe that team will do okay. And you know in your head they won't, and then they don't. In this circumstance, I am not 100% sure either way.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah.
My brain tells me Chiefs.
And I think this game is going to be more defensive than people think. These are the number 2 and number 3 defenses in the league going up against each other. So
yeah, could be low scoring.
Something that nerds like me like to watch. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Let's see. Niners 1680. He's saying it's going to be Niners 31-17, and the Purdy will be the MVP.
Well, if they win like that, Purdy probably will be the MVP because he's going to have to play like that to get him 31 points.
You can't talk a Niner fan out of that kind of prediction. So I'm not even going to try. Not even going to try. 31-17. So Bruno Baller says, I just want to see both teams with a chance to win at the 2-minute warning. I want to see that with 4 minutes left, because then the one team goes down there and we scored, and then you got the other team with 2 minutes left to try to do the same thing. I find that endlessly entertaining. What do you think it'd go to overtime?
Oh gosh, I hope it doesn't go to overtime. That's not the way to win.
You were just hoping for a tie.
Well, yeah, you're right. I guess I want multiple overtimes.
But this overtime, it's not going
to
be the coin flip. You win it, then you kick the field goal, and it's over.
What would happen if we got into like 3-4 overtimes? They just keep playing.
I guess so.
I believe I was trying to read the rules on it the other day, and it seemed like to me you just keep playing till the game ends.
Right.
Somebody has to win.
If that happens, I want you to all remember me.
Somebody will have to give up. They're like, we're good. We just take it. I'm tired. I'm just tired.
You know, when I asked the Niner president guy, I said, what's your biggest fear? He had one word: Mahomes.
That's fair.
And I think that's really fair.
He's the scariest guy on the field.
Yeah. He can make something out of nothing in no time flat. CK says, round of beers for everyone on the show. So start Super Bowl weekend. Start it right, except for Ralph. Go 49ers. And he's just hoping for a foghorn. This is got to be the last foghorn we do for a while. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
we're not doing foghorns when it's not football season.
Hurry Harry says, "Go NFC." Can't stand the Niners, however. Would love to see Chris McCaffrey get a ring. Well, that's another good point. Yeah, Kittle too. A lot of guys you like on both teams. That's the other thing. They're all very likable, aren't they?
The left tackle Trent Williams used to be in Washington. I like him.
Randy, do you like CMC or Kittle? I think they both. I hate both of them.
Why you just hate them just because you're
Ask
bitter?
Randy.
and
Come on, Randy.
petty?
You like them? No, thank you.
Yeah, come on. How do you not like Chris McCaffrey?
Because
Give me something about him in his
He's a Cardinal
personality.
fan, and I'm a Seahawk fan. That's
Yeah.
Oh, you big babies. I'm a
Don't you,
AFC
Because
guy.
if it was the Cowboys, you'd be
No,
doing
no,
the same
because last year the Eagles were here. I like Jalen Hurts. I still
Yeah.
want to see that team lose. I like it. I don't ever want them to score more points ever again. But I like Jalen. Like, he's a good dude.
Beer Bob says, "I just hope both teams have fun." All right, thank you, Mrs. Biden.
That's Tyson.
Scratch Me Because says, if it's tight at the end of 2 overtimes, they'll go to penalty kicks. Is that real? No. That is horrible.
I didn't see that anywhere.
They should go get somebody grab a soccer ball and just try that. Everybody line up and cover their nuts. I don't know. All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget, the Super Bowl is on this radio station on Sunday, but it's also on 1510 and 105.3 FM in case you need it. It's on the apps, it's on the streams, it's on everything we got. So we're here for you. We'll see you guys next Monday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.